from Southern California, broadcasting around the world. You're listening to the Mic'd Up Podcast. We talk, you listen. But the real question is, are you ready to get mic'd up?
How are you guys doing? We got a big one for you guys tonight. And we're with Joe here, my good buddy Joe Reta. And he knows the drill. What?
Good to be here.
Good to have you, man. We have a long episode, ladies and gentlemen, and you guys know the drill. First episode, I still have to say, why the fuck are all my guests bringing whiskey? I mean, they know I don't like it, but they're making me drink it, folks. So we're gonna be drinking this. We're not gonna be drinking the whole bottle, not this time around. We learned our lesson. We'll be sipping it, and we got some very interesting topics tonight. So Joe, you know the drill. Let's crack that baby open.
So, first things first, Maker's Mark.
Oh, wait,
look,
folks, we forgot. Joe, welcome to Mic'd Up. You are now mic'd up. Please put on your headset.
Yep.
Mic yourself up.
Because the headset is the mic, right?
Yeah, the mic's right there. There we go.
Yeah, all right.
And now let's crack open the bottle.
All right. First things first, Maker's Mark, right?
So let the listeners who are listening on Apple Podcasts, let them know, let them know. Why Maker's Mark?
I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
So we're drinking whiskey neat, right? And whiskey neat, typically you get what you pay for. It's like a tattoo, right? You get what you pay for. And I'm not going to sit here and ask you to fork out $80 to $100 for a fancy bottle of whiskey by any means. So your good run-of-the-mill Maker's Mark, it's a beautiful sipper.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful sipper
you
got.
Let's pour out. We have some beautiful blue glasses here.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit louder in the mic for the folks at home.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Let's fire her up.
Let me give a little adjust piece here because I don't want to have to.
Yeah, folks, we have a lot to talk about. We're going to get into how Joe and I met, some of our high school degenerate stuff. We're going to touch on, Joe's interesting journey that he took with focus in the church. We have a ton of topics to go over and a lot of stories that Joe wants to share with you guys today. Joe's pouring it up for us, and it's
a hefty pour, but so you can just sip.
We're sipping on it. Okay, cool.
We're sipping, obviously,
and there are some White Claws here for the folks at home. I'm gonna need one or two of those just to wash this down. But cheers, Joe.
Cheers. Man.
We're happy to have you.
I'm happy to be here.
All right, mic'd up.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh man.
Come on.
Woo.
Little sips.
Oh man.
Little sips.
That was a big one, folks.
Man, well, when I heard you were doing a podcast, and I knew I had to get on it because I feel like I'm always a part of your adventures and so on.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're happy to have Joe, and we don't know where this is going to go. I mean, a couple shots down, I don't know where it's going to go myself, but the bottle's still very fresh. But let's get into I'm going to let Joe, give the lead here. Why don't you let them know, like, kind of how we met? I believe it was freshman Spanish class, right?
Well,
or is that how we originally met?
No, we met way before then.
Okay.
Villa Park Little League.
Oh, that's right.
I want to give a quick shout out to Serrano Elementary.
There you go.
That's where we really met.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
But sorry, Spanish class was when we became boys. Like that was the start of like a long friendship.
Yeah. Here's a classic memory. Okay, first off, Spanish class, Mr. Morgan's class. Shouldn't have been a class.
I feel like Joe's going to have some interesting stories tonight, folks, so we're just going to let him talk.
I hope you remember this story because I'll never forget it. We're in Spanish class. Mike sits one seat in front of me. And keep in mind, I'm a junior. He's a freshman.
Yeah, I'm a freshman.
I'm 2 years up. So I'm sitting in this class full of freshmen. I'm the idiot who took French class in middle school and thought that was a good idea. Stupid idea. Spanish. It's California. If you don't take Spanish, you're setting yourself back. So I'm like, I got to set the clock back. I take Spanish 1 as a junior. Mm-hmm. You're a freshman sitting right in front of me. The old classic move, pass the papers back, right? Mike thinks it's funny. It's not that funny, but it's a little funny to not pass the papers back.
Yeah.
And we're sitting in class. And this is right about when the word chode started catching steam.
Wow.
And I said, Mike, pass the papers back, you chode. Mr. Morgan from the front of the class.
The teacher.
Yeah, the teacher. Mr. Morgan goes, Joe, go outside.
Oh.
I'm like, goodness. There's no way I'm getting in trouble for this.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone knows this is fresh off the press. Not really, but
so I was called a chode. You got sent outside. That's how I knew there was something.
You withheld my papers and I called you a chode. So I get sent outside, stand out there for about 5 minutes. Mr. Morgan walks outside. He goes, Joe, did you just call Mike a chode?
Probably. He's like, what did you call that guy?
He said, no.
You call the freshman a chode? You're the guy that's like, you're a freshman guy who you kind of know. You're like, but not really. You're like, come on, chode. Like, the teacher's probably like, what the fuck is this junior saying?
Yeah.
Right?
So,
and I'm a fuck for doing that, but like, that's a great story. Is it done yet or no?
No, it's not done.
Okay.
So he goes, did you call Mike a chode? I'm like, yes, Mr. Morgan, I called Mike a chode. He goes, I haven't heard that word since high school. He's like, that's a good word.
Oh, so you didn't even get in trouble.
He goes, all right, now I want you to put your head down and walk in the class like I yelled at you. And I was like, all right, sounds good.
I do normally, yeah. I mean, that's a great story.
It's a classic move.
You know, and then that's the start. We have some stories of like, I became friends with Joe and all the juniors. As a freshman, some of the stuff that these guys were doing, I got brought involved, you know, part of the crew, and it was great times. It was messed up times, like not messed up, but I mean, I wouldn't be doing that now. It's just typical high school degeneracy, kids messing around. But we're going to get into that, folks. Don't worry about it. So, yeah, Villa Park. From there, Joe played baseball. He was a star pitcher on the team. Ended up going to Oregon. And I was a professional foul ball guy. Like, I was just a foul ball guy.
It's a good skill. Very
it's like
transferable.
foul ball. It's like, Mike, you know, go get him. I'm like, you got it, coach. So that was freshman baseball. When we were down a lot, I got to, you know, have an at bat. If I got a walk, the team cheered. I mean, it was like, if I got on base, we're like, let's go. Like, they got fire everybody up.
You get stoked for Mike.
And yeah, Joe, you know, Joe was a pitcher at, you know, practice. So whatever pitchers do, you know, just mess around.
Oh, yeah.
As all the
position
players
When I was a senior, the coach trusted me way too much. Our pitching coach could only come to like 2 or 3 practices a week. And he thought, I was a pretty like good dude, but don't get me wrong, I didn't have the best of intentions when it came to practice. And so our coach would say, Joe,
folks, 1 second. I brought a Coke, you know, just if I needed one. I need the chaser tonight, Joe. I'm sorry.
This guy's chasing.
I'm not going to throw up in this beautiful studio.
Yeah.
Shout out Ryan.
Yeah, shout out Ryan.
Shout out Ryan.
Santiago.
Folks, can we get Ryan on set here? They need to see him. This guy's a legend. I show up and we come in a full studio. And it's beautiful. This is Ryan, the legend, right here. Thanks for having us. Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Ryan's a good dude. Great guy.
I mean, yeah. Joe's like, yeah, I have a buddy with a studio, and I'm like, okay, are we showing? I don't know what we were showing up. Is it just a table? You know, or is it just a room?
You never know.
Is it just like a soundproof room? And this guy has got every equipment that I could even imagine. I'm like, why not even buy equipment?
It's the real deal.
I could just use Ryan's.
So, maybe.
So anyway, thank you, Ryan. And,
maybe a little kickback feature there.
Is this a twist off?
I doubt it, bro.
Oh man, we're trying to open up this Mexican Coke.
For you if it is. No, it's not. You need a bottle opener.
But yeah, I mean, I bought the Mexican Coke because everybody loves Cabo. I'm trying to get a little bit Cabo San Lucas in this episode. Anyway, sorry, I totally cut you off. I'm an awful host.
Fine.
Back to your story.
So coach is gone. Great coach, but just not a frequent flyer to practice.
Jamie, get the bottle. Find a way to open it, thanks.
This is what we were talking about before the show. Also, another tangent. Is Jamie the most famous person that no one's ever seen?
I would agree.
Is he? I can't imagine another one.
I would agree. Jamie, so those of you that don't know Jamie's like the behind-the-scenes guy on the Joe Rogan podcast. He's just putting stuff on the screen. He's fact-checking. He's editing. So we had a Jamie here tonight, my brother, and he's trying to open up a bottle of Coke for me. But Joe, back to your story.
Yeah. All right. So coach doesn't show up to practice 3 days a week. It puts me in charge because I'm the respectable senior, I suppose. Beyond me. Anyways, so what do? Joe, we need you to practice pitching drills. Joe, we need you to work on conditioning. Perfect, coach. I got this. What's a good idea? I got some funny stories from from being the coach. I'm like, what's a good idea for practicing accuracy? I got a good one. How about we go out to the JV field and I'll throw.
That was me.
You might have seen it.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll throw a ball up in the air as high as I can, and you guys got to throw the ball and hit the ball out of the air.
Oh, that was you made the JV players do? Hit the ball in the air?
I was a senior. I was having like the juniors and the sophomores do this. Yeah. Try to hit the ball out of the air. Idiot move.
So throw a ball up and you have to hit it out with another ball?
I toss the ball.
How do you do that? That's impossible, right?
Well, A, it's impossible. B, it's idiotic. C, it's not a good skill. You don't need that. Okay. You don't need that, right? Stationary target when you're pitching.
Yeah.
So I had this brilliant idea. Let's throw the ball up in the air. Throw the ball up. first throw, it's almost as if this was a scene from a movie.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember exactly who threw it. Someone chucks the ball and like doesn't understand to like let it come down, whatever happened. Throws it, air ball, like
misses
So obviously misses the ball, hits the fence that runs up along the main street there, and hits the top of the fence and shoots straight up. And I'm like,
where does it hit?
Dude, I'm like, my heart.
Did it hit anything?
You know how? Yeah, I'll tell you. You know how?
So you threw a ball up, and let's just clarify for the viewers. You threw a ball up, and you asked the players are throwing into the street.
Well, yeah.
Okay. All right.
But in my mind,
that seems great. Throwing into the street.
The chain link fence was about 30 to 40 feet.
So yeah, you're like, if you miss, they're gonna hit the fence. But this kid didn't. And
this
what
kid
happened?
aimed way too high. He tried to hit the ball from the bottom of the ball. Like, bottom up.
So what happened?
So hits the top of the fence, shoots straight up. You know how when you're a kid and something bad's about to happen, you like hide your face or you look away? That's what I did. I'm like, oh no. Ball drops down. Dude, red Porsche comes flying down the street. Windshield. So cracked.
This was the JV player's fault here. But you kind of egged him on.
Yeah. And so what did I do as the responsible senior? Run.
Yeah, you got to run.
Run, and run fast.
You got to run quick.
Run fast. So we run.
And is that the end of the story? You guys got away?
Oh, we run into the baseball field. Guy comes storming in through the gate. Where's the coach? Where's the coach? You broke my windshield. Coach goes, hey, I'm sorry. It's like not our liability. Take it up with the school. And that's the last I heard of it.
That's it.
So that's what happens when coach tries to put me in charge of training the pitchers. Bad idea. Second thing he does, Joe, I need you to condition these guys. I hate conditioning.
Yeah.
Who likes conditioning? You know, running sucks.
Well, I got to stop you there. I mean, I know Coach Zion is going to somehow watch this. The guy was a legend. The drills that he made us do, I mean, he was that guy where it's like, he was the coach where it's like raining outside, right? And all the players are like, I'm stoked. I'm like, I got to go home. I'm done.
Yeah, all
right, everybody, on the baseball field now, bear crawl, pole to pole. I mean, who does that?
Yeah, with a sandbag on your back.
So, like, pole to pole, bear crawl, back and forth for God knows how long.
Yeah.
He was a hard, I mean, but you'll agree, he was a very hard coach, but, I mean, a great one. And you went to Oregon, so, I mean, he is
one of the greatest coaches I've ever had. And I think he was an acquired taste.
Yeah.
But it was who he was trained by. That's a whole nother story.
Just like, I'll never forget, he walked up to me. I was trying to make the JV team. Like I said, I wasn't the best player, but I would go to practice every day and work hard, run, get there early, listen to the coaches. And he's like, look, Mike, I mean, you might not play, but you're going to make the JV team. Like, there was kids that actually got cut over me just because hard work. I mean, that's just life. You have to work hard. I was not talented at baseball whatsoever, kind of actually. I mean, I can hit a ball. I'm not awful.
Sneaky power.
But, like, if you work hard at anything in life, you're going to get there. It's just hard work. What is it? Hard work beats talent when talent forgets to work hard, right?
Fails to work hard.
Fails to work hard. It's close enough. So
yeah, you were there.
Let's and he loves saying play for the pile, play for the dog pile. Very catchy. Anyway,
I forgot about that.
Let's get we can just let's leave the baseball on pause for a little bit, and we have to inform the viewers. I mean, so he already said I'm a freshman, and I meet all these junior guys. We're not going to name any other names. Great dudes. I think they just one night they're like, hey, do you want to hang out? I'm like, sure, I'll go hang out with some junior guys. Be cool, be popular. And this is where I got introduced to the word dosing. What this? I mean, people that are listening to this, some of the guys from Orange County, Villa Park, they're gonna know what this word is. Dosing. Okay. So I fully regret everything I did.
No, you don't.
Just childish shit.
0% chance you regret
that. I totally regret it on the record here on Mic'd Up. I regret everything. I take back every tomato thrown, every water balloon thrown. I fully regret it. But I'll let Joe, explain the meaning behind it, what the word where it comes from.
Sure. So
and what actually, quite frankly, what were these juniors doing? That's what I want to know.
Okay, so the word dosing comes from, it's a baseball term.
Yeah, dose.
Taking a dose.
Yeah.
Like a dose of medicine.
Yeah.
That's when you get hit by a pitch, take first base. Yeah. All right. That's where the word comes from.
Yeah.
The concept of dosing, for those of you who don't know what that is, I'm sure that's most of you, it is taking an object and throwing it at a moving vehicle.
Okay. So it's taking a tomato, a water balloon,
anything.
I mean, but it was
Really,
mostly tomato.
Mostly tomatoes and water balloons.
Yeah.
Here's how it started, and this is actually
and thrown into vehicles. So at the time, we didn't know how hard it is to buy a vehicle. You know how fortunate we all were to have a vehicle, and how mad you'd be to hit a car.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. So
here's how it started.
Yeah.
So my dad grew up in the house that I lived in at the time.
Yeah.
Right. And that's right on the main street there. Mm-hmm. He said, because there never was a turn in off of Wanda. Right. It was always just blocked off. Walled off. He said him and his buddies growing up in Villa Park.
We're pouring one up, folks.
Yeah, pour one up. Give me a little splish.
Okay. We say that we're not going to kill it, but who knows?
We're not killing it. I got work tomorrow. So he lived there when Villa Park was still mostly orange groves.
Yeah.
He was the original owner of the house. Well, his dad.
Yeah.
And so they would take oranges off these trees, stand behind the wall.
Yeah.
And wand oranges.
At cars?
At cars.
Okay, so it evolved, thankfully, from an orange to a tomato and a water balloon. So
way less.
We're glad that it was less rude to hit a car with that.
Yeah.
But So I actually didn't know that.
Yes, exactly. So my dad told me that he would do that. I'm like, what an idiotic thing to tell Mike.
Folks, I don't like. We have some expensive mics here. You might have heard me almost throw up. I'm not going to throw up. It was just a bad pull. That was fuck.
There was a little gag in there.
In college, you learn you learn to not throw up because you just can't. Anyway, I'm sorry. I swear the next guest I bring on, no more fucking whiskey. I'm going to bring a chick on for some champagne. This is ridiculous. Anyway, sorry. Take us back to the orange groves.
Bro. It's American. Anyways, my dad told me that. Me and my buddies decide, let's do it. Let's dose. Started with water balloons and it evolved. And then why don't you tell them about how you got introduced to dosing and that night specifically?
Oh my gosh.
This was a bold night.
I mean, I think this was the first time these guys take me out for a night of havoc.
Yeah.
And so just imagine that you're on a street, just a typical the suburbs, and you sometimes roll up to some stop signs that are about 10 feet away, close,
if that, yeah,
like very close. So if you have a 7-iron, you might be able to touch the car's mirror. And there's this spot, in the neighborhood where you can hide behind. There's some landscaping and some tall bushes, so you could really get behind these bushes. And I hope we had a water balloon at the time. I really hope
it was water.
Okay, good. It was water. Okay.
Yeah.
And mind you, I'm with all these. I'm a baseball player at the time, but not like these junior, senior baseball players. Some of them went on to play, in the minor leagues. Some went to these were heavy throwing players. Okay.
Good arms.
And all I remember is this. I don't even remember what type of car this was, but 10 feet away, there's like six of us in this bush. Okay, different angles.
Four-way stop sign.
Four-way stop.
We're in all four corners.
We're in all four. Okay. Of course, they come to the corner I'm in. And we're in Villa Park, so there's no street lights here. It's pitch dark.
Yeah.
Can't see us.
I'm crying.
And this car rolls up, takes a stop. Bang, 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 bang. This thing gets lit up from like 6 feet. Okay. So I'm like, oh my, I don't even know if I got the tomato off. I was so what the fuck? I scatter, okay? And I've never been like the most ripped dude or fastest guy like this team. I just run, and I'm running, following some guy running. All of a sudden, the car is livid, okay? Guys in there yelling, somehow is chasing the group I'm in. I'm like, fuck, dude. I think I was with Joe. And I literally have to go run frantically. If I had a Whoop band on like I do now, heart rate huge, 180, just beating out of my chest. Shout out the Whoop group chat. But I'm just laying it's either I hide in some guy's yard, like front yard, backyard, grass, or I get fucking killed. Like I get killed. So I'm literally laying. I ran up the street, made a left on this turn, and I'm laying in some family's like front porch behind a bush, like just praying that this guy will stop. Just leave, man. Just give up. Do not find me. And he's getting out, yelling, flashlights, like maybe his phone, just yelling and not giving up, putting up a good fight. and I can see the guy through this bush, and I'm like, dude, really? I come out one night, I'm gonna get fucking killed. I'm gonna get either killed or jailed. Yeah. Finally, I think this guy, leaves, and I'm like, oh my god, that was my night one of dosing.
Yeah, and I remember I was underneath a car, across the street from you.
Under the car.
Yeah, and he drove by, and we all popped there like, is it safe? Is it safe? Are we good?
Who, me?
Everyone.
Yeah, is
we're
it
like,
safe?
oh, we slowly popped out,
And I hope that was the end of the night.
Yeah, I would think so. Okay. But I mean, that's one night out of
many nights.
Dozens.
And
dude, we used to drive down Tustin, out the moonroof of your car, and dose people riding their bike home from work. That one.
We might have to
bad.
cut that out, folks.
No,
that might need to be cut out of the.
It's not getting cut out. It's a good example of growth.
It's
we've grown.
I mean, I already said I would take back every throw on air.
I would take back the throws that did damage or emotionally hurt somebody,
exactly.
if there were
exactly.
any.
I mean,
I think I maybe popped one headlight.
Okay.
I would take that back.
Okay. I would take any damage back as well, but
a dent.
Again, it's just kids being kids.
Yeah.
Just freshmen hanging out with juniors, and the juniors just fucking up the freshmen.
But here's the thing.
And what's crazy is that got passed down. I believe it even when those guys left, it got passed down, and I don't know. I mean, thank you. All I gotta say is I'll take another sip. That was a crazy era, but we've grown up huge since then.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad used to put live. Shout out to my dad. He used to fucking put snakes. There's no different. He put play snakes that look real in the old lady's mailbox next door.
No.
This lady opened the mailbox. Are you gonna kill your neighbor?
She died.
No.
Heart
she
attack.
called the animal control, the police, and they roll up and it's like a fucking little snake in the mailbox. It's like my dad did that fucking type of shit. But I mean, our parents used to drive home drunk. I mean, that's in my opinion, that's reckless. Okay.
It's bad.
I Uber everywhere. I pay thousands in Uber every other month. I'm not gonna fucking drive after this. I mean, that's reckless too. So every
Yeah.
Everybody's ashamed of some stuff in the past, but we're going to move on from dosing as much as we want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Plenty of stories there, but you get basically what that goes to say is our friendship went from
I guess it went from
to outside of baseball.
It went from
hanging out,
kind of knowing
and
each other, and
stuff.
It all started from chode, right? Calling me a chode.
It all started with the chode.
And shout out, there were some attractive women in that class. Shout out Julie Courtney. I mean, who else? I mean, I think Julie Courtney. That's the one name that we need to drop. Any other names you want to shout out
from that class?
Some high school chicks, yeah, just for fun. I know he has a beautiful fiance, but you can shout out some girls in high school. Just some names. Also, Julie Courtney, Cassidy Christensen, Sahar. Yeah. I mean,
great people.
Great girls. Shout out to the high school crew.
Yeah. That was a great crew.
Yeah.
No, nothing bad to say.
Kellen Estrada. I mean, the list goes on.
That was a good squad. And yeah, I mean, I was a junior.
I'm just trying to think because I think next I want to get into your time at Oregon.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I went to SC. You went to Oregon. Yeah. You played baseball there. Pretty cool. I'm just trying to think of any other high school stuff. None of it's on our list, but just trying to think if anything sticks out.
No, I mean, I think that's the most of it, I would say.
Okay.
Kind of ran in the same circles.
Yeah. Joe and I used to grease after practice big.
We had this thing where we were trying to find the greasiest Mexican food and always try a different place.
Yeah, I think,
we got some good ones.
Mm-hmm.
We hit some good ones. Lots of.
Joe took me to the barrio a couple times. I'm not gonna lie, but it was some good grease. So anyway, I think we wrap up high school, good times, and off to college. So I went to SC. Joe was obviously a couple years older, so he got to go and play baseball at Oregon. So do you just want to talk a little about your time at Oregon? What. Because I've never been to Eugene.
Absolutely.
So just your time on the baseball program,
Yeah, of course.
Maybe the briefly junior college stuff.
Sure, yeah. So, gotta give a shout out to junior college. Went to Orange Coast College. So here's the thing. I was actually committed to go to Chapman out of high school to play baseball. I got caught cheating on a test. Don't cheat. That's unethical. Immoral.
Do not cheat. I've never cheated.
It's bad.
Never cheat. It's actually fucked up if you cheat.
You know what's sad, dude? Is
I don't cheat,
with
dude.
COVID and school from home, basically teachers are conceding the fact that people are cheating. They're like, they cheat. I just give them a point off. It's bad. But anyways, so went to, got dropped from Chapman as I should have.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you didn't get dropped because cheating, dude?
I got dropped because cheating.
What did you cheat on?
I cheated in an online class and they gave me a D.
At high school?
in high school.
Okay.
And so Chapman's obviously very academically strict.
On your report card it says cheating?
Well, it gave me a D, and you can't have any Ds.
Oh, got it.
To get
so it didn't say cheating,
Chapman.
but it had a D.
Basically, they're like, hey, because I wouldn't have qualified to go to Chapman anyways. I kind of gave up on school, and I got good at baseball, which sucked. But they're like, yeah, you can come to Chapman, you just can't get any Ds. Just keep a 2.0. I mean, you would think it's easy. Anyways.
And also, shout out to all the teachers that are like, all right, look at your own paper. Look at your own paper like 10 times, and they don't do anything. Just get somebody, dude.
Yeah.
Pick a scapegoat. Get him, you know?
Yeah.
If you don't, if you're sitting there all class 10 times.
Yeah, make an example.
Yeah, I mean.
If you know people are cheating.
I'll never forget, I mean, shout out to my chemistry teacher, AP Chemistry. I mean, there was a test, and she comes back, she's handing back the papers, and she's like, wow, Mike, you and Nico, you both have the same wrong answer for the short answer question. You both put 4 points, and I'm like, okay,
throwing Nico under the bus.
She's like, I think it was me, but she's jabbing. We both had the wrong answer of like 4.98. Like, clearly was, not the right one.
A unique
wrong answer. Yeah. So that was a little subtle jab, but we don't salute cheating. No, just work hard. Not. Put in that authentic work, and things will pay off. But yeah, back to Oregon.
Yeah. So
and you guys are just disclaimer. They're Oregon at this point versus USC. I would put Oregon currently is
in baseball.
More elite. Yeah, baseball, football. I mean,
they're
just more elite.
But
at the
it's
moment.
Different. So
anyway,
so
to Oregon.
Yeah. So end up going to community college.
I'm gonna have some water, folks. I'm not a post, but I'm gonna have some water right now.
Hydrate.
Okay.
Absolutely. I end up going to Orange Coast College, where I go to play baseball. Meet my 2 best friends, Jacob and David, there, and end up winning a national championship. The best baseball of my life. We had
Orange Coast.
We had 15 guys. So keep in mind, 9 guys play baseball. We had 15 guys go D1.
Yeah,
off
wow.
one team.
Did you win the title? Yes, right?
Well,
of course.
We only lost 9 games the whole season.
Yeah.
And we swept through playoffs from day 1 to the champ. We never lost. I mean, we were stacked.
And this was the
And so
what was the head coach's name?
Yeah. So head coach Alto.
Yeah.
John Altobelli.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Great coach. I mean, we
he
talked
was
about
in
Zion.
The Kobe Bryant.
So Coach Alto was in the helicopter with Kobe Bryant.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Heartbreaking. Like, tragic.
So when you found out, you must have been obviously.
I couldn't believe it.
The whole thing is completely devastating to everybody involved. People like to be like, "Oh, R.I.P. Kobe and his daughter." No, there was like I think
multiple people.
There were like 8, 9, 10 people in there.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was truly tragic. But yeah, Joe, that was his coach.
Yeah.
So I'm very sorry.
Alto,
about that.
Yeah, of course, and I obviously want to tread lightly and
I know
the utmost respect here, but
we want to be respectful.
What I will say is Alto was the kind of coach that made you feel like you're part of a family.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, my OCC friends are my best friends.
Yeah.
And yeah, so amazing coach, but had some great times at OCC, some unbelievable baseball, won a national championship, and then from there I go off and my dream school is USC.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go play baseball at USC. And at this point, I have a couple random D1 offers, but nothing that really lights my fire. And so I was exploring options, and my coach at the time was like, dude, you would be a phenomenal D2 baseball player. And I was like,
no.
I was like, Coach, I'm better than that.
Yeah.
Nothing against D2. There's some phenomenal D2 ball, but I just know me. I was like, I'm better than that. And so I set my standards high, and I left Orange Coast College uncommitted. Which is super rare. You don't do that. And I joined a summer league.
I remember that. The Cowlitz Black Bears.
Cowlitz Black Bears.
I have his baseball card up in my some bulletin board in my childhood room.
Great team.
Cowlitz.
Hilarious.
Black Bears.
If you want some baseball stories, we could go Cowlitz Black Bears.
Okay,
stories.
I'm down.
Yeah,
let's go.
We can run it.
Give me on Mic'd Up, we like to hear the best stories you got.
Yeah.
We don't want, I would say earlier the story about like throwing the ball in the air. Okay story. I'll be honest.
Okay. That was a good example.
But I want heavy hitters. If you think of one that shows up, just go right into it. But yeah, you can go back to Oregon.
No, I mean, Okay, well,
We'll go back to Oregon.
I have to take a pit stop at Cowlitz Black.
Okay.
This is for the Bears.
So this is sorry. We have not got to Oregon yet, folks. We went up to.
We'll get there.
Is this what state is Oregon still?
So Cowlitz County is in Washington, southern Washington.
Okay.
But the league went from Washington up into Canada. Okay, so we're taking road trips to Canada. These are a bunch of college baseball players. And side note, Coach Zion, high school coach.
I haven't heard these stories. No way.
Absolutely not.
Okay, let's hear them.
Yeah. Oh, you're in for it, buddy.
Let's hear it.
So Coach Zion is my coach of the Black Bears as well. Just a random one-off thing. Anyways, we're in a town in western Washington called Bellingham.
Okay.
It's the 4th of July.
Okay. What year is this for the folks at home?
This is 2015.
Okay, 2015.
14 or 15.
Would you say this is like a small town?
It's a small town.
Okay.
It's a university. They have a college.
Okay.
But it's on the water. Okay, so it's a harbor.
Okay.
Anyways.
I know last episode, folks, we had the green screen. This episode, we have the sweet studio. So Joe's just going to have to paint a beautiful picture for you guys.
Fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
So Bellingham, Washington is a beautiful city right on the water. Okay. And 4th of July fireworks show over the water, sitting up on this bluff. It's beautiful.
Is this like your guys' off day or something?
No. We ended up playing 16 innings that day.
Oh, man. So this is after the game.
I came in.
This is after the game?
I was a closer. I came in the 9th, pitched to the 16th.
Yeah. So you were a pretty good player.
That summer, I was
Can the folks
elite.
Google your stats?
If you're gonna, Google my stats.
Okay.
Look up the Cowlitz Black
So
Bears
Joe
numbers.
Reta, Jorreta.
Reta, and I want you to
look up his stats, folks.
And I want you to just take a peek at who my teammates were
At the time.
You might find a guy by the name of Shane Bieber
Wow.
as my teammate.
Shane Bieber.
Cy Young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
who
teammate.
who had better stats? You tell me.
So you're really good buddies
with
with him.
I'm. Yeah. I mean, I
Or
would
you're-
say
you're
we're
friends,
really
you're
good
friends,
buddies.
you're friends.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a. We played baseball together.
Legend.
A lot
So
of
shout
teammates.
out Cy Young. Cool.
Yeah.
So he was with you on this trip.
Yeah. We
Okay,
were all there.
okay.
Okay. So basically, we're in Bellingham, Washington, which is known for drugs.
Okay.
Hallucinogenic
Okay.
drugs.
Shrooms.
Acid, all that stuff.
Okay.
Keep in mind, I've never done a drug.
I've never even seen what an acid looks like or a Molly. I don't know.
Just from health class.
I actually never seen one.
Yeah, so I've never done a drug. I'm not just saying that to keep
No,
my
he
record
actually has
clean.
not.
Yeah, I don't.
He's not.
Never done it. Never really been interested in that stuff. But we're in Bellingham, Washington, and we're drinking.
Yeah.
We're drinking.
The baseball guys love beer, liquor.
Yeah, we were sipping.
Okay.
And we're walking downtown Bellingham, Washington, 4th of July, and there's one guy who had already fallen onto the asphalt, blew his chin open.
Oh, no.
Full stitches. I mean, blood gushing down his shirt, everything.
Oh, no.
He was gone. We were walking him back to the hotel trying to get him home. These two girls are sitting on this like ledge on the side of the road, and they're like, "Hey, boys." And I was just like, I've heard stories of this place. I'm not sure where this is going to go.
So these were gypsies or who?
They were college age girls.
Okay. These were college age women. But
College
you guys
age
you were about 20.
No,
How old?
19.
You guys were 19.
Yeah.
So you guys were 19.
Yeah, so they go, "Hey, boys, do you have acid?"
Okay.
And I'm just like, "No." And my roommate
Had some.
goes, "Yeah."
Oh, wow.
And I was like, "Are you kidding me? Bro, what?"
He just had some in his pocket.
Had some. Ends up, dude.
So they get some acid?
So ends up, these girls follow us back to our hotel room. Okay? Follow us back to our hotel room.
Follow you, or do you invite them?
He invited them.
Okay.
I
yeah.
had
So they're
wanted
not lurking. They got
nothing-
invited.
Yeah, I wanted
so
nothing
so
to do
you
with
thought
these
they were invited back.
They were invited
by your
back.
group.
Yeah, they come back to
Okay.
our hotel room. They're sitting in our hotel room. I'm laying in
And
bed.
this is probably not like a Marriott or a Hilton.
It's a decent hotel.
Not a 5-star. But it's
Not a 5-star.
But it's not a
and a
motel.
half.
But it's
Yeah.
not a Motel 6.
Not a Motel 6.
Okay.
Yeah, indoor pool.
Okay.
I
Great.
ended up throwing a gainer off the second floor. Into
There
the
you
pool.
go.
Full send. Anyways.
Full send.
Yeah, love the boys.
Shout out Nelk.
Shout out Nelk. OG Nelk fan.
We'd love to have Jimmy Gambles on here.
I would say I was a Nelk fan right around, I would say somewhere around 20K subscribers.
Yeah. I mean, I was early too. My brother showed me them, and just to see, Colin, we can get into that right after, but back to the
We're
acid
going all over the
trip.
place.
Let's get back to the acid
Okay,
trip.
So my roommate is a pothead, apparently likes acid too.
Okay.
Gets these girls back to my hotel room. I want nothing to do with it. I want to go to sleep. Okay? We have an early bus ride the next day.
Yeah.
I'm ready to snooze. I'm focused. Keep in mind I'm unsigned. I left OCC, wasn't signed at this point.
Yeah.
I end up just like sitting in bed like, "Oh, dude, I don't want anything to do with this." These girls are going on and on. They look in our closet.
Do they have the acid at this point? Or are they on acid?
I can't say for sure. I don't know.
They might have been.
Probably.
Okay.
I would assume. And they go in our closet, pull it open. They're like, oh, like they see our uniforms. You play baseball? And we're like, yeah, we play baseball. That's why we're here.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, ooh, and they like put on our uniforms, like dancing around,
Wow.
like funky, dude. And then
It's kind of weird.
Weird.
Like
Weird.
you're like they're so they're getting up. You're kind of like a bit like
I'm over this.
You're kind of sketched out.
I'm over this.
Are you sketched or over it?
Like over it.
Okay. Like you don't think they're gonna come in and
I got
rob
my
you?
buddy blood dripping down his chin.
Okay, so you have your buddies bleeding out. You have two gypsy acid chicks in your room, and you're frankly over happy 4th of July.
Yes, and there was a Rolex missing.
Okay.
So buddy who busted his chin lost a Rollie.
Folks, I knew it.
Lost a Rollie.
I knew it.
And so we're in panic mode. Rolex gone, chin busted open. Stoner roommate brings these girls to our room.
Uh-huh.
They're stripping down and putting on our uniform.
So they're okay.
Yeah, like full send. And I'm not just saying this trying to be Mr. I'm holier than thou. It's not the case. But at this point in my life, I care way too much about like virtue to like entertain this.
Yeah.
So I left the room.
So you actually left the room at the time.
I left the room.
And then whatever happened, who knows? Or
I know.
Or what happened?
They whipped out the alky and
alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these girls start dancing and they throw a party in my room.
They invite more women over.
No.
Okay.
The guys came back from the night out.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other guys that you weren't with.
All the guys who were old enough to get into the club came back and threw a party in the room.
And they see you guys back with these two chicks.
There's these girls wearing
acid.
Yeah, these girls wearing our uniforms, and I'm not going to say much else that they were wearing. There's not much else.
Okay, just the jersey, maybe.
Maybe just a jersey.
Okay.
Keep in mind, this is all secondhand knowledge. I left the room. I Boy Scout honor, didn't do Boy Scouts.
And we don't want to say if the Cy Young was in the room.
He was not in the room.
Okay, he was not in the room.
Promise.
So you're just gonna totally clear him.
I promise.
Okay.
Like guaranteed.
Shane Bieber, you're cleared on mic'd up. You're cleared. Sports Center, he's clear, folks.
There was like a good squad of us that were like good dudes.
Okay.
Shane definitely in it.
Okay.
Anyway, so the next day.
Yeah.
So I'm tight with Coach Zine at this point.
Yeah.
I go to Zine. I'm like, Zine.
Was he out with you that night?
Zine was being very responsible.
Okay, great.
And so I go to Zine. I'm like, dude, stoner roommate, whose name I will not say, is throwing a party, and there's girls dancing around with no clothes on. They're doing acid.
Yeah, I mean,
so
they're clearly on acid. Folks.
So we get our coach, who's super strict, and the next day, we like pull this epic prank, where we sit him like basically he passes out drunk, girls are gone, wakes up the next morning. I wake up, go to Zine's room, get everybody riled up. We bring them into the room, and the coach sits down.
Drunk.
Dude, he's blacked.
The coach
still.
or the kid?
No. The kid.
This is the next morning.
This is like early morning.
Of the next day.
5 a.m. 6 a.m.
Wake him up.
We had a bus ride. Yeah.
And they wake him up.
Exactly. We wake him up.
The women are not there at this point.
So our whole team hides in the room, behind the bed, in the closet, everywhere.
Girls are not there.
Girls are gone.
Okay.
I slept in the room.
Okay.
Yeah. So our coach comes in. Stern, big, strong, very serious baseball guy. Great.
Yeah.
Tim Matz, shout out.
Yeah.
He goes, man, I almost said his name. Roommate.
Yeah.
Get up.
Yeah.
Roommate's like,
this is the coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's like, sit up. And the dude sits up. He's like,
and he's coming off weed and acid and probably booze.
Weed, acid, and alcohol. Have you been drinking? You got the start today. You missed your start. You overslept.
Yell on the mic for the folks at home.
Yeah. Well, I'm not trying to bust my eardrums here.
Okay.
You overslept. You missed your start.
Yeah.
The dude wakes up. He looks like
he was starting that day.
He looks like he just got tased.
He was starting that day or no?
No. This is a prank.
Okay.
I called your dad. He's on his way to pick you up. You're going home. You're out of here. And the guy, dude, starts shaking.
Oh, no.
And I have no problem telling this story because that guy's a douchebag.
Wow.
Douchebag. Yeah. Anyways, dude starts shaking. He goes, I didn't. I'm not drinking.
He's crying almost.
He starts crying. I'm not drinking.
Jeez.
I'm not drinking.
If you can't booze, don't be a bitch the next day.
Whole team busts out of the closet.
So the team embarrasses him. He's
Stands
embarrassed.
Up, bitch,
Oh,
bitch, you're
man.
crying. He starts shaking, dude.
Oh, man.
Dude, this guy, poor guy, goes out to pitch the next day.
He's pitching. Starter?
Comes in relief. In a blowout game, by the way, we're owning.
Yeah.
The dude throws, you're not going to believe this.
Yeah.
24 straight balls as a pitcher.
Actually?
That's 2 runs without any strike.
So he actually hit
24 straight balls.
Like, you're not lying here. It sounds like hard to believe.
I'm not lying.
So the coaches left him in like, fuck this guy.
Fuck this guy.
Like, let him throw balls.
Yes.
Could not find the zone.
Embarrass this guy. Yeah,
He's probably still acid.
Teach him a lesson.
He's stoned.
Dude, 24 straight balls. The dude walks in 2 runs
man.
without getting a strike.
Now that is a disaster.
Packs his bags.
He left. He left.
Gone.
He got kicked off or quit.
Yeah. No,
Kicked?
he left. He left.
He knew it was up. It was done.
He was bad.
Oh,
Anyways,
my.
that's out of respect for certain people. That's a PG story, but there's some other stories from that. Well, off camera we can go into.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a drink for that guy.
Keep
Jeez.
going. Yeah,
you don't need to.
So total addendum
that
to
guy
that.
needs. I hope he's doing good.
2-3 years later.
So, question for that guy: were the 2 gypsies on the road worth it? I'd say no.
Mm-mm.
Just let him go, folks.
No.
Let him go.
No. 2 years later, the dude DMs me on Instagram. Hey, bro, heard you been talking shit. Shout out to roommate. If you ever find yourself watching
find this shit.
I'm talking shit now.
He's not finding it.
He goes, heard you're talking shit. I haven't said a word about this guy ever.
Oh, he found you a couple of years later?
On Instagram.
Yeah.
DMs me. Heard you were talking shit. I said, LOL, are you kidding me? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, I heard that you were talking shit. Anyways, I wasn't. He goes, just so you know, I've been training Muay Thai. I'm going to beat your ass. Sends me a picture of him shirtless with gloves on. Maybe $120.
Any way we could find this right now?
No shot.
It's deleted or just too far deep?
Yeah, it's deep.
Is the camera still rolling good?
Yeah. All right.
Wow. So
we might wait until your break and check the camera here. But
yeah.
Anyways, DMs me. Find out that he actually threatened me and 6 other guys on the team. I'm going to beat your ass. He's $120.
No. So, folks, this guy just sounds like a loose cannon.
Loose cannon. But those are the characters you run into playing summer baseball.
This just sounds like a full loose cannon.
Yeah.
And
oh, yeah. We got to get on to some of the more substantive stuff because this is kind of painting me as like a wild card.
Yeah. I think, we are going to take a little break and we'll be back in a second, folks. All right. So, I think, Joe, it's time to move on to Oregon.
Yeah.
You had a great story there. The Cowlitz Black Bears. Feel free to look up Cowlitz and the guy throwing the 24 balls in a row. That's crazy. I've never heard something like that. Poor guy.
Unbelievable.
And then the guy's trying to come at you on Instagram later. Sounds like a screw loose on that guy.
Oh, yeah.
But let's fast forward back. You end up killing it in the summer league, and you get a scholarship to Oregon.
I end up killing it in the summer league. Here's what's crazy, dude. So, like I said, my dream school, USC, I end up getting offers from the Gambit. Like, I crushed it, And so a lot of people started reaching out and were like, hey, we want you. I end up committing to Kentucky.
Wow. I think I remember that.
Random. But I was like, SEC, cool basketball. I don't like basketball, but like cool school for basketball, all the good stuff. You need a refill?
You sure?
All right.
I got Jamie driving me home. So we're good.
Well, I thought you were out. That's why I thought you were looking at your cup like you were out.
No, and I think before we get to your Oregon story, folks, we have a beautiful game here. It's called the Hot Seat, and we're going to debut it here on this episode.
Oh, wow.
We have the hot seat. Joe's in the hot seat tonight.
That's great. Let's get it.
And before he gets into his time in Oregon, let's bridge the gap here.
What is this? What do you do?
And we're gonna fire this up. I don't really give a fuck about all the shit in the game here. I don't really care what's in the game. It's these cards here, folks. So, Joe, we have all these cards.
Yeah.
There's a ton of different things. This one could be it could be awful cards, or they could be funny. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Why don't you just draw one? And if it's a stupid card, draw another one. But let's read it out. Dumb card or?
Yes.
Okay, that's a bad card. All right, we're gonna redraw here.
What redraw? I mean, what is my biggest fear?
Sure.
Everyone's biggest fear.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's not up for debate. Snakes.
Snakes.
Yeah.
I'm personally not too scared of them. I would say that I don't like coyotes at all whatsoever. They've killed many dogs of mine.
You're not a dog.
No. Okay. So.
Dude, snakes are.
So your biggest fear is snakes.
Yeah. Yeah, snakes for sure. And I don't think it's close. There's nothing in the world that scares me near as much as.
Why don't you draw one more?
Yeah, let's get it.
Hopefully it's not just a totally generic one.
Which celebrity would I most want to be friends with?
That's a good one, folks. Now, that's a good card. That's a good card.
I'm going to go with current events controversial answer here.
Yeah. Who is it?
Elon.
Wow.
Elon.
That would be a very interesting one to be friends with.
A couple reasons why. Obviously, phenomenal guy to know. Let's leave money out of it.
Yeah.
Brilliant guy. Unique story. Grinder. But
crazy.
Here's an interesting reason why I would want to be his friend is because his partner, whatever he calls her, Grimes. I'm a big fan.
Grimes.
I'm a big fan.
And they named their child XOXE. I don't know. I think you could say the name.
I think they call it Ash. I don't know if it's boy or girl.
It's spelt like a Naruto.
Yeah, I like her. She's intriguing. I watched some interviews about her. She's cool. Her music's dope. So
yeah. So
Elon.
And,
yeah.
So I think as the first tradition, whichever card my guest draws, I have to answer it too. So I said. So let me see.
Celebrity guest.
Put these down. I would say actually my biggest fear is death for sure. It's not coyotes. It's death. And then which we can get into that a little bit later. And then second, as of now, like I'm not gonna go like the Elon stuff. What celebrity would I want to be friends with? At this point, I'd say probably like just for fun, either Tiger Woods. He's just a goat. I mean, I think it'd be cool to be friends with him right now.
Oh, of course.
As he's on his comeback.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to be friends with him at this time, just to see him. He's gonna come back, but just to be on that journey, and probably not send. But if I wanted to send, I want to be friends with the Nelk boys for sure. Like, get me Steve will do it, Jimmy Gambles, all the boys.
Let me be put you in a body bag, bro.
I mean, they would. If you have not heard of the Nelk boys, you might be like, why are we listening to Mic'd Up? I'm going to go watch the Nelk Boys. And you have a lot of videos to watch. These guys moved to Newport Beach. They're the pranksters, and they invented the word full send. So that's where it came from. It's trademarked. Full send is them.
That's them.
So anyway, so that's...
The boys are wild.
Enough with the hot seat.
Yep.
We can talk about the Nelk Boys all night. Yeah, I mean,
if you ever,
maybe the game will be back.
If you ever get a really bad, boring guest, you can
I mean, but I just wanted to introduce the game here, and we'll see it on future episodes.
Hot seat.
All right, so let's just go to Oregon for like 5 minutes.
So we get to Oregon.
Let's go for 5 minutes.
Long story short, I end up choosing Oregon.
Yeah.
Out of a bunch of different options, USC being one of the options. I still chose Oregon because what kid doesn't want to go play sports at Oregon and get all the free gear, whatever, you know? And I would be lying if I said that wasn't an incentive. So I get to Oregon, and it's amazing. It's everything that you would imagine.
I mean, the stadium is the nicest one, I think.
Baseball?
Yeah.
It's ranked top 5.
Yeah.
With like some of the southern ones. I think Ole Miss
for sure
up there. But it's everything you would imagine, you know. The facilities were remarkable. You feel very well taken care of. And you do get a bunch of gear, that's part of it, but more than anything, it's the facilities and the access to anything you need. Doctors, you name it. Like,
it's a beautiful. I mean, it's state of the art. It's the Nike headquarters. I mean, what could you not like about it?
Nike U. Yeah. So it was really amazing.
Take all of our recruits, folks. Take all the Trojans recruits.
It's tough cheese, but they're recruiting more locally now, especially for baseball, and I think that's really helping them. Anyways, so end up going there, have a great time. Start playing ball, make some good friends, crushing it on the baseball field. It's really looking good. Junior year is draft year. Things are looking really good.
So you thought in your heart, so as you heard, I know everybody always doubted you. I believe you had one coach. We don't need to say his name.
Yeah, I know who you're gonna.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say his name, but I believe he's like, you'll never make it. You will never get a D1 offer.
He was a coach at a not D1 school.
Not a D1 school himself.
Very mediocre not D1
and he's
school,
like,
may I say.
And he offered you or he didn't?
He offered me.
And then Joe's like, I'm not coming.
Yeah, he offered
and then
me
he's
a
like,
scholarship.
All right. He's like, all right, man. Then you're never going to get a D1 offer. Is that what you said?
Yeah, he offered me a sad scholarship.
Yeah.
For a not D1
and then
school.
Came at you.
And then he found out that I was going to Oregon. He's like, he won't be good. And anyways, I end up coming out of the gate
folks,
hot.
That is when, I know Joe and we operate the same way. When somebody tells you can't do something, that just makes you want to do it even more. Yeah. And Joe did it. He went to Oregon. That was a goal in itself. But yeah,
for sure. Come out of the gate hot, crushing it, really.
Yeah.
Pitching on the weekends in a relief role, and then starting on the weekdays.
Yeah.
As we all know, end up coming down here to play in front of family and friends at UC Riverside, and I get the start.
Yeah.
Come out of the gate hot. Struck out the side first inning. Second inning, first batter steps up.
Yeah.
Strike him out. Everyone's there. I'm cruising. I have a fresh girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
Showing off for her. She never seen, well, she maybe saw me play once. I don't know. Yeah, saw me play once. And then showing off for her family.
Yeah.
I rear back, cruising. Throw the fastball, feel the snap. Every pitcher's worst nightmare. You know it.
I got a lot of friends that's happened to. The injuries, man. I mean,
Sad,
Mike Trout's hurt
true.
right now. I mean, you can't be healthy.
Sucks.
And that was the start of the end.
No, I mean, yes, but no. Blew it out. Knew I was done. Took myself out of the game. Went to the dugout. My dad walks up to the dugout. He's like, "You okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." Colin walks up to the dugout. Colin's my buddy. Walks up to the dugout. He's like, "Yo, is it bad?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm done."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
That's
I knew it was
unfortunate.
TJ right away. So end up going. It's a 95% tear, and they wanted.
This is your senior year.
This is my
at Oregon?
junior year.
At
This is
Oregon,
draft year.
because you transfer in. Yeah.
This is my draft year, so basically lose all my draft stock. But
Yeah.
95%.
Had you been healthy, do you think there was somebody would have probably picked you up?
High?
Yeah.
Like maybe not first round.
Yeah.
Maybe not even top 10 rounds, but like.
Yeah.
Right around there, I would assume.
Yeah.
And so I was really doing well. Anyways, that's what happens. End up getting hurt, taking a year off of school to rehab, come back to Oregon for my senior year. And
the coach gave you leave. You came back down to Orange County.
Yeah, for
rehab
a year.
down here.
For a year. Hung out with you at USC a few times.
Came up, send a little bit.
Send it. Yeah, at USC, a couple sends.
So he came up to USC as he's on his men to Oregon, and then you guys are going to find out his path brings him back to SC actually, eventually after Oregon. So
foreshadow. Yeah.
Finish up the Oregon story.
Yeah, of course. So come back my senior year, my redshirt senior year technically.
So the last hurrah.
And I'm cruising.
Last hurrah. This is the
last
chance.
hurrah.
Yeah.
Last hurrah. And I'm absolutely cruising, shoving. I mean, pitching better than I've ever pitched in my life. Had a couple and this is like, this is so stereotypical of my coach didn't like me. At the end of the year, my coach sat me down.
I do remember this. This guy was a dick, right?
He's a
Is he still the coach there?
No, he's a phenomenal coach.
He's a dick.
Sits me down at the end of the year. I go into his office because he didn't pitch me.
My other Coke. Jamie?
I got you.
Fuck, man.
If I'm your Coke dealer.
Thank you. Oh, Jamie, open it. Thanks. Sorry, I'm asking the assistant to open the Coke. Okay.
So I don't pitch an inning that year, although I'm cruising, like throwing 95, which is nasty.
Yeah.
And
you were back
and better than ever.
Yeah.
Like hucking the ball. And so, anyways, coach doesn't pitch me. It's kind of a mystery. Like
he just won't play you.
Just won't play me. Anyways,
play you.
I don't need to get into all the details.
him.
This isn't a sad fest. Calls me into his office at the end of the year. I said, "What happened?
Why didn't you play me?"
He goes, "I didn't like your personality.
Yeah.
From day one, I didn't like you." And I was like, "Sorry that I'm confident.
Yeah.
Sorry that I've been here. Whatever." Anyways, so I don't play, but this is a great pivot point. Opens up other opportunities for me, right?
Hey, folks, we have the Coke as a chaser.
Yeah, we got the Coke. That's what we need.
Thank God about 2 of them, but Joe doesn't need one.
Yeah, because I enjoy whiskey for what it is.
I'm telling you, the next guest, don't fucking bring whiskey. I'm not even gonna bring on whiskey. I can't do it anymore.
Tough cheese.
But I mean, that's how the tradition goes. Okay,
yeah, it's tough cheese. But because I'm not playing so much, I had to really start investing my identity elsewhere. Right, because sports is a very it'll beat you up.
I would say there's a lot of players, their whole life all they do is sports, and then they get to the point where it's done, and a lot of them don't know what to do. A lot of them are very, very, very lost.
Exactly. You have to be rooted in something other than the sport, because especially with baseball, right? It's a failure-based sport.
Yeah.
Right, and so the best hitters in the league succeed 3 out of 10 times. Like you learn to fail.
So I think I would love for you to preach to the viewers about all that, but let's wrap up.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up the.
This is a transition.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I said transition point.
Got it, folks.
Yeah.
Sorry. This maker's mark.
Yeah, this guy's getting to him. So I had to start putting my identity elsewhere. And I've always been super into my faith.
Yeah.
It's been a very important part of who I am. Ever since I was 16 years old, which is why I didn't do drugs and do all that stuff.
Course.
Right? Wasn't perfect, but really tried.
Yeah.
And so started really dumping my efforts into my faith outside of baseball. And I met.
So did you start it up at Oregon? Joined.
So at Oregon, I met
fellowship, right? Of
Christian
Focus.
Athletes. Well, I did FCA as well, but I actually met these people called Focus Missionaries, Fellowship of Catholic University Students.
Yeah.
And I met them, and they really inspired me. It was really like, it was a radical way of life, and it was really inspiring.
So are they stationed at colleges across the United States?
Yeah.
And they're normally older,
just graduated.
College. And
fresh
they're there.
College grads.
Are they there for everybody or just athletes?
Everybody.
Okay.
There's a specific branch called Varsity Catholic who's for athletes. But
yeah.
So meet these people at church, really inspired, and end up hanging out with them and dumping my efforts into them and building that community. So baseball sucked, but my life didn't suck. And it's hard to find that balance.
Yeah. I mean, I know from friends that they go in like
spiral.
Deep depression if once the baseball doesn't work out, or the football too. I mean, it's so yeah, I think faith is a very good way to power through. I mean, some people, it's the faith, or I mean that could be a huge help, obviously.
Right. Yeah, you have to have your identity elsewhere, because sports will get you down, and if your identity is in sports, when your performance goes down, your self-worth goes down, and that can't be the case, right? So anyways,
a lot of people have a tough time. It's like, I thought I was going to be throwing a baseball or a football or swinging a club for my life, and now I need to go sit behind a desk.
Now I'm a pencil pusher.
Yeah. You're like me. I'm behind the desk. Excel.
Yeah.
Cold brew.
Me too.
Cold brew. I mean, that's the life.
Me too. Yeah.
So you just gotta get used to it.
Yeah. And life is always gonna have different plans than what you imagined. I imagined I'd be a big leaguer. I'm not. Yeah. And that's okay.
And it's very difficult. I mean,
it's hard to swallow that pill.
You have a very good buddy. I have a friend, not a close friend, but a friend of mine, Jacob Scavuzzo.
Yeah.
He got all the way up there, AAA.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't know it. Is he going to get to the? Is it officially done yet?
Yeah, he's done.
It's done.
He's taken a career in mortgage.
Yeah.
Like
so I mean,
he's crushing it.
How hard it is to get to AAA is incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Incredibly hard. I mean, just to get to AAA, that's in my book. I'm not an athlete, but I can't imagine him too. I mean, everybody thought MLB.
And then someone just pulls the rug out.
And you're just done.
You don't have the choice.
Who pulls a rug under you? We don't know.
It could be anyone.
You know?
Yeah. It could be anyone in the organization. One person doesn't like you, pulled.
Yeah.
Right? So, anyways.
We got the assistant
Jamie over here is playing sign language.
Sorry, folks. The assistant is telling us to just hurry up.
Yeah.
We got it, okay?
Yeah.
Some would say we have all night and we have a whole bottle of Maker's Mark to finish.
The bottle's not getting
There are Ubers that we could call.
Yeah.
Okay. It is a weekday, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay. I meet these missionaries. I get really inspired.
Yeah.
And I feel called to pursue it. I actually get asked to go on a mission trip, first one in my life, to the Dominican Republic, where I ran baseball camps for impoverished communities.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, and that was like, that moment in my life was the single most at peace I'd ever been. When I was serving, I was like, I'm called to do this. So praying about it, like, I feel at peace here. What does that mean? And it means follow it, like follow that peace. And so I applied to be a one of the Focus missionaries.
After that, so Oregon gets wrapped up. You meet this group. You love the group.
I apply mid-season.
So you're still on the team, but you're mentally done. You're okay with it.
Yeah, I'm there. You're there.
I'm
there for a different purpose.
You're just there to enjoy it. Soak it all in.
Soak it up. Exactly. And so
I don't know the percentages, but like even to get to D1 base, isn't it really hard too? Like,
I mean, yeah, you got to be good.
Can Jamie look it up? What percent are college baseball? And folks, we're gonna report
what percent
back.
of little leaguers make it to D1?
What percent of baseball players make it to Division I college? And then we're gonna get back to you.
My guess is, what's your guess? I'm gonna say 1. I'm gonna say 1%.
I'm gonna go like 0.2.
Oh, you're going way low.
Or for my real estate guys, 200 basis points out there.
200 bips?
Bips or whoever, finance guys. 200 bips.
I got you. Bips.
I have no idea if my phone is not in my hand. I have no idea. I'm wearing the Lakers hat. I have no idea if they won, and I don't want to know because I had a lot of money on it. What is it?
Like 1%?
Come on. It's what?
Lakers won.
Lakers won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Wow. My bet hit, folks. I had the money line. Did they win?
Yes.
Okay, well, I had the money line tonight. I didn't want to look because I knew we had the podcast. I had a big money line bet. I put my phone on Bluetooth mode, fired up the video.
You're good.
Jeez, dude. Shots!
All right. So here's where things start to change, right?
Oh, man. Lake show. Let's go.
Mike's going down quick.
Okay.
Mike's going down quick.
No, folks, I'm loving it. We love the Lakers.
That's Mike.
The Lakers. Okay, what's the answer? 2%.
2%?
Not 0.2.
Of college baseball players are D1? Or of...
High school.
2%.
2% of high schoolers play D1 baseball.
That's
Okay.
okay.
I mean, I would say that you're closer than for little leaguers.
Little leaguers, or that's a full different.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the assistant will work on it, my brother. So we'll stay tuned. But
that's fine.
Let's get back to Lakers. All right.
The Lakers shouldn't have gotten rid of Lonzo and Ingram
on this episode.
Dude, the Lakers shouldn't have gotten rid of Ingram or Lonzo. And you know what? Shout out to the winning success of LeBron, I can't stand the guy.
I don't know.
Get him off the team.
I don't know.
Get him out of the league.
I don't know if this is our year this year. When this episode was recorded, LeBron was just coming back. I don't know how you could just come back after sitting. I love the Lakers, but if your job is to play basketball, why are you just taking the season off along with AD, Anthony Davis? Just take the season off and just rest up for the playoffs. Like Kobe Bryant, R.I.P. Kobe Bryant. He used to say, I don't want to miss a game. I know it's COVID. There's not a lot of fans there. But, he never wanted to miss a game because some people save up their a lot of money to go and watch a Laker game to see Kobe.
Yeah.
So he's like, the game that I'm taking off,
go.
He's a different type of beast. I mean,
he's the
LeBron
greatest.
will never be him. I know he's going to try to, but he'll never be Kobe.
He never will.
Part of me, I think, I don't want to get into that. It was a tragedy. And I'm not. It should never have happened. That pilot, your coach was on that helicopter as well. But I have watched. You can go on YouTube and watch. Which very quickly they were up. So a week after I was, I hadn't cried in a while, and I'm like, why am I crying for a guy I never met? Because he was just a legend. The Mamba mentality.
Unbelievable.
And I could, for everybody that's listening to this podcast, when he passed away, that following day, it felt like the world stopped. It really
100%.
did. That's all I can describe it. It felt like the world stopped spinning, just globally, for him.
And why?
And why? I mean, nobody's really met him.
Because he left an impact. Because
on
he
everybody.
himself was a dude.
Yeah.
A good dude. Imperfect. No one's perfect.
Yeah.
Rough pass, but redeemed himself. You know what I mean? And he really left an
made a
impact.
life on. He made an impact on a lot of different people. But back to the point, it's like Kobe. He never had a son. He kept on having to have girl after girl after girl, and I think they had four girls.
Yeah.
And after the
Shout
first
out to
two,
Kobe.
I know he was like, come on, give me a son, give me a son. And I know you're a very guy in faith. Maybe he wasn't meant to have a son.
Yeah.
Because nobody can fill his shoes. That's what I think. Maybe
Kobe and I shared the Catholic faith.
Yeah.
He was devout.
So before he got on that chopper,
he was at church.
They were at church that morning.
It's remarkable.
What's Our Lady's Angel?
Our Lady Queen of Angels.
Our Lady Queen of Angels.
Yeah.
He went to service with his daughter. Maybe the coach was there too?
No,
but he went with his daughter, and they got on that plane, and you can look up the flight simulation on YouTube, which is crazy.
I'm not looking at
that. Somebody recreated it.
I know not
and the
that.
pilot, I've looked at many of them. The pilot fully got disoriented and did not know which way was up or down, and it's a tragedy, and it's upsetting, and it crashed. He did not know where they were. So anyway, back to R.I.P. Kobe, legend.
Yeah.
Lakers. It's Lakers year, folks. I sure hope so.
They
better get it together.
I love the Lakers, lifelong fan. I can't, and you know what? I'm not gonna hide my cards here.
Yeah. I don't think it's
unpopular.
Year, folks.
No. Unpopular.
I'm just here for the money line.
Whatever. Hot takes. Call it what you want. I can't stand LeBron. The dude needs to shut his mouth.
I mean,
he needs to shut his mouth.
I agree with you. I mean,
stick to your game, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're a good baller.
I never thought, like I said when I started this is not a political podcast.
No.
But
it's not politics.
No,
it's
but it's
sense.
like why, he has so much power to unite the world, and to choose to not do that, it's
take
like
shots.
Come on.
Take shots.
That tweet when he was interviewed after a game in the bubble, you know, they're like, what do you think of the game? And he would just talk about, you know, something other than the game. It's like, answer the question that the reporter's asking you. And then if you want to give a shout out or, you know, justice for George Floyd or Breonna Taylor, then get into that. You're entitled to say your opinion. But just answer the reporter's question and then get into that.
Yeah. No, everyone is entitled to their opinion, but you have to know A, the consequences of what you're going to say because you're a big dog.
Yeah.
And B, check your facts, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
when he called out that cop, you're next. Bad move. And you know, I'm not getting into politics.
But I was wondering too, like, if everybody's coming after police officers right now, which they are.
Yeah.
What child sitting in elementary school? Because I have friends that are now elementary school teachers, which is a very difficult job.
Yeah.
Do any of those kids grow up, A, and say, I want to be a police officer, and B, do their parents encourage that? I would say no.
Absolutely not.
I would say absolutely not. So fast forward, like...
Who are you going to call?
Fast forward 20 years, who is going to be the cops? I don't know.
Who do you call?
It's scary to think about.
Yeah, it's bad.
We just got on a great... I think that was a great little tangent there.
Yeah.
But let's bridge the gap here with another hot seat, I think.
Yeah, bring it up.
I'll go first here.
Yeah, let it rip.
All right.
You pick.
Oh, man. What do I have an excess amount of? Currently, I've gained a little bit during quarantine. I would say I have an excess amount of LBs at the moment.
I'm not gonna lie.
Fuck this card. This motherfucker. Jesus, dude.
Oh my.
How about you? Excess amount of
clothes.
I
just packed
So
up.
I probably could have said excess amount of close friends, but I have indeed a little bit LBs from the quarantine.
That's fine.
We'll work from home, right? I'm not getting out of my chair.
Hit some push-ups.
Anyway, okay, fuck hot seat.
You'll be fine.
Right, next to the.
She answered it that way. It could have been anything.
I know.
You picked the
Right.
LBs. The question wasn't offensive.
Folks, it's the liquor talking. Okay, next. All right, next.
Where are we going from here? So,
back to the focus. The focus group that Joe got involved with ends up bringing him back to SC.
Yeah.
He ends up coming back and actually being there at the same time as me. So Joe's one of my best friends. I'll be at his wedding in Oklahoma in August. Gonna be some would call it a full send out there.
It's gonna be a party.
I mean, jeez. If I can come back in one piece,
you'll be all right.
Well, that's all I need.
You'll be all right.
Yeah.
You might want to stay. Oklahoma's dope. But,
yeah. I meant like I can't be losing the phone like in the countryside.
No, we'll take care of you.
Okay, good.
Southern hospitality.
How many people are expected here?
400.
400 folks. That's a big one.
It's a big one for our standards. Southern standards is pretty middle of the road.
Will it be a full send?
It's gonna be amazing.
Will Mudflap be there?
Mudflap will be there.
Folks, shout out to Mr. Mudflap on Twitch. Guy's a legend. We'll see him out there.
Shout out to Mr. Mudflap. I'm just gonna break some news to you. Ash Ketchman and the other troll accounts, Mrs. Mudflap, you're looking at them. I trolled Mr. Mudflap's stream for about a good 2 weeks there.
Oh my! So are we breaking some news here? Maybe some drama. So one of our buddies, one of Joe's really good buddies, started a streaming deal on Twitch, and I think he's hilarious as shit. I mean, he is funnier than hell.
He's funny.
And I guess Joe, you had a couple accounts and you were messing with him, and he didn't know
I
it was
troll
you.
Accounts, yeah.
He does not know yet.
I got banned.
He banned
times.
you.
Yeah, banned.
Oh man. Anyway, Mudflap, check him out, Mr. Mudflap.
Yeah.
On Instagram or Twitch. We'll see him at the wedding.
Yeah, if you like Pokemon, that's your thing.
Yep. We love Pikachu. So back to SC. So you end up there with the focus group?
Yeah. So I joined this organization, and their role is to send missionaries to college campus.
Yeah.
Across the country.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I get sent to USC. So it's full circle, right? I always wanted to go there. It's amazing. Great opportunity. You get partnered up with a team of 5, and my team was amazing. Like, greatest friends to this day. Love them all. And yeah, so we reunite there, which is cool. Not like the most interactions, just different. You were a student.
I was sending.
Yeah. I mean,
boozing, drinking.
But we'd see each other fairly often.
Yeah.
And so,
but Joe was busy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he's busy.
Yeah. Dude, well,
I will say,
it's a full-time job.
The apartment he lived at, he did see some drug deals. So
Not only did I see drug deals,
as you guys know, if you listen to the first episode with Saul Armanda, where somebody bled out in my yard, which you're well aware now. I mean, Joe lived, I'd say, in a worse area.
It was
and you saw some
awful
prostitution, what did you see over there?
Dude, drug deals.
Yep.
School shooting.
Oh, no. We don't need to hear that. You saw a shooting.
Heard it.
Okay.
Went outside. School down the road.
So this is no Westwood, UCLA.
This is bad.
This is no Eugene.
Dude,
either?
they filmed a movie, a gang scene for a movie, like a drive-by scene on my street.
Yeah.
I couldn't park my car on my street.
So you agree? If people say when you go to SC,
yeah, really bad.
SC's a beautiful campus.
Yeah.
But it is in the hood, for sure.
South Central LA.
It's South Centro, folks.
It's
South Centro. We like the Doyers, okay? Doyers.
Viva Doyers.
So we love South Central.
Yeah.
I miss it. But it's like as being a guy walking down the road home in South Central, I feel a little bit more safe. What are they going to do? Mug my wallet. They're going to beat me up. They're going to take my wallet.
Yeah.
Take my car. I mean, whatever they want, right? But the girls, I would be fearful if I was a girl.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a different. Like I think a lot of the girls that I was friends with, they used to call like their mom or dad just have them on the phone. Even
yes.
I used to call my
Safe
mom.
Ride.
Like here and there.
Safe Ride.
Yeah, we have some Ubers, but you want. I mean,
free
moral
Ubers.
of the story, as you heard, we're not going to get into this. USC's just in the middle of South Central.
Yeah,
but but we're there for the Catholic Church for.
Yeah, so I end up working for the church there for this nonprofit, and it's amazing. I'm working with the athletes there, getting some good time. With just some awesome people.
Yeah.
I met some people that will forever impact my life, but also opened up a lot of doors for international travel.
Mm-hmm.
So every school break, spring break, winter break, summer break, I'm going on a mission trip around the world, serving in some capacity.
Yeah.
And that right there, those trips were life-changing for sure.
Yeah.
For me, internally, big game changers, but also just some of the best times of my life.
I think it's an awesome cause. I mean, this guy, one of my best friends, he's just a very solid friend and a loyal. He's going to be a loyal, great husband. He's just a all-around solid dude, and we're happy to follow. You know, not saying that the first episode is not a solid dude, but we got a bit wild, and we're going to bring it back down here, folks. You know,
we're getting a variety.
Faith. Yeah, and
that's the point of the show.
That's what
right?
I said. Like
all backgrounds.
I told you guys I might bring off a guy that's just gonna guzzle the bottle of Jack Daniel's, absolute legend. We can't wait to have him back. But then we're gonna bring it back down and talk about some cool some other stuff. But we're gonna bring some crazy people on here. And Joe, don't get me wrong, Joe's crazy as well. But you know what I mean.
within
reason.
Limits.
Within reason.
And so basically, you know me from my dosing days, right?
Yeah, so we started at dosing, and we came a long way.
And so it's like, how do you get here now?
Chode, actually.
Yeah, yeah. And I've changed.
And
like
if you don't know what a chode is, and you're listening to this, you're probably, what is it? Look it up. Just Google it. Okay.
If you don't know what a chode is, where have you been?
Who knows? There might be. Who knows?
If you don't know what a chode is, you are one.
Is it like? Yeah. Is it a? It's a pretty old term.
Chode is the only word in the English dictionary that's a adjective, a verb, a noun.
We love it.
All of it. Right? It's multi-use word.
Talk about some clickbait. How about we just name this mic'd up, and just chode.
Chode.
That'll get some clicks.
Yeah, that might work.
Well, they might think it's me, so we don't need that.
Yeah.
Fuck, take that shit down. Anyway.
Okay.
I think you have some stories that we probably have another 15, 20 to go. I think we have some stories that you want to touch on during the missionary trip. So you come to SC. You're fully in the group now. You join the group.
Yep.
And you out of all the locations that you could have been, it could have been anywhere in the U.S., right?
I got USC.
And you end up at USC. That's probably that's somebody up above.
For sure.
Saying,
absolutely from
let's
the
get Jew, or sorry, not Jew. Let's get Joe, Jew. Let's get Joe, to SC, where his heart's always been.
Yeah.
He's been there. That's the type of stuff that's like, makes me want to believe on your level a little bit more.
For sure.
Where it's like,
it's not coincidental.
He always wanted to come to SC ever. Like, when I got into SC, he would come to like the Holiday Bowl with me. We took the train down. This is junior college days. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's been a lifelong Trojan fan. His dad
Fight
too.
On, baby. Yeah.
Fight on.
Fight on.
And he's back at SC. And
here's a split, right?
Yeah.
Oregon baseball, USC every other sport.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I'm rooting for. People are always like, who are you going to root for? Oregon baseball, USC every other sport. That's all. Dude, little sips, okay? Little sips, you gotta let it sit on your tongue.
Jeez, dude.
Breathe in through your nose, swallow.
Done with the whiskey, folks.
All right, then.
Okay.
So things are starting to change in my life. I'm like really starting to view the world differently. He's bringing out the claws.
White Claw.
Ooh.
I can't do it anymore, folks.
Little ASMR.
I mean, this mic will pick the. Oh my god, dude! ASMR here. I don't even know what that.
You're about to hork my water?
Yeah, it's my show.
Jamie, I'm thirsty, bro. Help me out. Mike horked my water. Hork, another great word.
Hork means steal.
Is that an English dictionary word?
Can we have our assistant look up the word
define
hork?
hork.
Hork means. So he's playing an app game. Man, I hope the video's working. Is it? Okay, it's working.
Define hork. I want to know because I can't tell if we made that up. I don't know.
Hork means we hork. Okay. I horked tomatoes to dose. You chode. That's all packed in one sentence. Is hork a real word, or we have no idea? Oh, he has to quit out of the app, folks.
Oh, just spit my water everywhere.
Anyway, okay. So we're back to SC, but so you join this group.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you meet some unbelievable people, man. So so basically for the whole summer you get sent up to this training, and it's the most intellectual teachers in the Catholic faith teaching you everything, because you're getting sent to a college campus where they're getting indoctrinated with everything against the Catholic faith, and you have to be able to stand your ground. Not like Did you find a definition?
Oh my, he's fired.
Fired.
Folks.
Get out of here.
Quit. Hork.
Foul up or
so
eat very quickly on Urban Dictionary.
Hork means okay. So this is
right.
They don't know it then.
Okay, hold on. One more down to
hork.
Steal something.
Steal something. So hork.
Urban Dictionary. That could have been one of us. I'll put that on.
You just learned a new word, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
for me, like okay.
No, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was like, for me, like I was like, I am Catholic, but I didn't get confirmed because I was like. I went all the way First Communion and everything, but I didn't get confirmed because I was like, I was like younger, probably in middle. Is that high school?
Freshman year, probably.
And I'm like, look, I don't want to go on this sleepaway camp in the mountains. I'm like, this is me thinking like I was young. This is like, I'm like, if in order for the Lord to accept me into the church is right, I have to go to because confirmation's a big deal.
Confirmation is you embracing your faith for yourself.
And you commit, and you're in.
Yeah.
So I was like, look.
Well, you're in.
Yeah. So I was
baptism.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, if I need to be confirmed, I'm just saying for me.
Yeah.
Why do I need to go to Big Bear on a trip to prove that? That's just me back in the day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
looking back, obviously that's not what it was. Right?
No, I know, but that was me back in that was me back in the day.
Yeah, young.
So I just never did it.
Yeah.
I would still be able to do it.
It just seemed like something, a box you had to check, right?
Yeah, it kind of just seemed like a box. I'm like, look.
And it was for me too back then.
And I was like, look, this is just a box. I have to go to Big Bear. I kind of want to probably, not go to Big Bear this weekend, so I didn't go.
Yeah.
But I went through all of it. Like I saw you have Mark 10:27 on your as a tat.
Yeah.
You want to? What is that?
With God, all things are possible. Very, very cliche.
So I actually like that one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I actually like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Is it like a stereotypical one or?
It's a stereotypical one, but it's actually really cool. Like the context is a man is asking the Lord, like, what does it take to get into heaven?
Mm-hmm.
And he says, sell everything. You got to get rid of all you have. It's easier for a camel to fit through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter into heaven. And people are like, oh, that sounds brutal.
Easier for a camel
to fit through the eye of a needle.
It's pretty hard.
It's impossible.
Okay.
For a rich man to get to heaven, right? And so
meaning just because you're rich, you're not in.
But like, yes, but no, right? Like, if that's your identity, yeah. But God, that's the point, right? But with God, all things are possible. So you have to find it within you to rid yourself of your excess.
Got it.
And that's like just a staple in the Christian life in general, in life in general, like finding what is weighing you down, what's preventing you from getting where you need to be, and getting rid of that. And sometimes it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it hurts. But anyway, so that's what that means. But so I'm getting formed by like some really phenomenal teachers, and they send me off to this college campus.
This is before SC or after?
Before.
Okay.
And I'm geared, and I get to USC, I'm ready to go. Smart school, really smart students. Everyone's very well formed. A little bit intimidating for me. I wasn't always the biggest academic.
Yeah.
But I felt capable to hold my own in these conversations. And then, we'll get into some minutia here, but I was at USC for 2 years, then the Colorado School of Mines for 1 year, which is an engineering brilliant school. Like USC, very smart. Viterbi.
So USC for a year, and then you went to Colorado.
USC for 2 years, Colorado School of Mines for 1 year, and they were on another level. Not necessarily smarter, but it's the only engineering school. So like science-minded, very different.
Yeah.
So you gotta be sharp. And so through this, I'm encountering some amazing people, having some deep conversations, finding myself in conversations with people where it's like, how did I get here? Like, who are you and why am I talking to you?
Yeah.
I'm talking.
Why are you in Colorado?
Dude, I'm talking like monks,
Yeah.
exorcists.
Wow, we don't salute them.
What do you mean?
Exorcists, like that's Satan, right?
Exorcists, like
Exorcism. That's
exorcists perform exorcisms.
okay, and that's to rid you of the
Of
demons.
demons,
Okay,
yeah.
got it. So a lot of horror movies there.
A lot of horror movies, which are real, by the way. A lot of those. I actually know a priest who was one of the priests in that
So
movie.
you've encountered somebody with demons in them before?
Me personally?
No.
Yeah. Yes, but like I've never been part of an exorcism.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just find myself in these crazy conversations, find myself going around the world doing some crazy stuff. And
And
all
I think you
this
had some
while-
stories you want to share.
Yeah.
We have a couple written down.
Yeah, we got some good ones. But all the while shaping my worldview. Everything is getting formed, and like this is why I am the way I am, is because like I've encountered truth, beauty, and goodness, like the three transcendental characteristics of God. Anything that is true, beautiful, or good is of the Lord, right? And so encountered that just all around the world, and then it really drew me closer to God, and that's like why I care so much. Other than for the blatant obvious fact that like that is the truth, like God is the truth, and we'll go into that a little bit, but so missionary stuff is awesome. Missionary work around the world is great. You really encounter some.
So you were in the Dominican?
I've been to the Dominican Republic. I've been to Colombia. I've been
Colombia.
to Puerto Rico. Yeah.
We got to shout out the Colombian women. I mean, how were they? Are they as beautiful as the movies and
beautiful?
And
Beautiful.
certain websites you might see them on. If you know.
I'm not gonna say I know what you're talking about, but they're beautiful. Very beautiful.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and so all over the world, third world countries. I find myself in Eastern Europe, South America, Central America, Bahamas.
So I'm jealous. I mean, you've been everywhere. Was this with the focus group?
Yeah.
Is this so?
I lead the groups.
Was this in between your time at SC and Colorado, or at the same time?
During that time, on school breaks. On school breaks.
Okay. And you just hop around, flight to flight?
I lead a group of students to these places.
So SC students will come with you?
Yes.
And you lead them in Colombia?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, folks, this is when I wish we had the green screen up, because we could probably throw up some cool stuff.
Really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Some amazing pictures.
We'll have to bring them back.
Some amazing opportunities here. What?
There's one behind you, I think.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh.
We don't actually need
No,
one.
we're Jamie,
We're too
our
deep in.
assistant, we're
Jamie.
okay.
Jamie.
Thank you.
Someone take that guy's G-Pen. Is
I
that what
think
those
he's-
are called?
I think our assistant's been ripping the G-pen, folks. He's a bit out of it. So,
He's been ghosting it into his
man.
little Travis Scott
Some would say
jacket
he might
over
be
there.
higher than a kite right now, if I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, I know it's
Okay.
fact.
All right. So
He
back.
told me.
So bring me actually where I want to go is bring me
Yeah.
back to Colombia. No, I'm kidding. Let's finish
Colombia.
the story.
Dude, okay, you want to know a crazy story from Colombia?
Yeah. Do you have one? Is it written down or do you have one?
I have one.
So let me see. So we have. I always ask my guests to prep some notes. Just
yeah, we
like,
got some stuff, but
we have Puerto Rico shooting. I want to hear about that. We have. I mean, the Puerto Rico shooting was the one that caught my eye. So can we talk about Colombia, then go into the Puerto Rican shooting?
Colombia's quick.
Okay, quick.
1 minute.
Just the women.
Basically, this priest. So
Did you party when you were there?
No, yeah, of course.
You could booze, right?
Well, but we didn't go to like nightclubs.
like not like sending.
Yeah, we were there. Yeah, of course you party. It's
Okay.
South America. So Colombia is very dangerous.
Yeah, it is. Is it?
Very dangerous.
So if I'm wandering the streets at night, blacked out, I'm dead.
Yeah, it's not a
Mugged?
good idea.
Yeah.
Really not a good idea. And so women especially cannot leave on their own. They can't really go anywhere. But this priest comes to our group and he says, I need somebody that feels capable of like handling their own to come with me and do something. And that's me for my group. I'm the leader of the group. I'm the biggest, like most capable of handling my own.
Oh man.
Priest goes, I need you to come with me and do something. I said, sure, let's go. Anything you need. And I spoke better Spanish at the time. My Spanish is pretty broken right now, but
Joe just know Spanish. Chode.
Judd. Me llamo Chud. So he takes me on this mission. He basically says, there's a street in Bogota, which is like
Cocaína.
well, lots of cocaína, but
Necesita cocaína.
okay, lots of it. So there's a street where basically all the prostitutes are.
Yeah.
Prostitutes and drug dealers.
Yeah.
Very dangerous street. You don't want to find yourself there. The priest says, I know a woman who got taken onto this street. We need to go find her.
So, one of your students.
No.
Okay.
He knows a woman, a local woman. She got taken by a pimp.
Oh no!
To get put on the street.
So
we
this
need to go
is
find
this a
her.
local priest of Colombia?
Yes. This
and
is
he's
a
like,
local
I need
priest.
your help.
Yes, I need your help.
Let's go track down a pimp.
Let's go track down the woman
who's with the pimp,
who got taken by the pimp to get put to work.
So this is what we've been waiting for here. This is some good action.
So this is sketch, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll do whatever you need me to do. We park our car probably a mile away. You can't drive in this area. Too many people on the streets. B, you're getting mugged. Your car's getting taken. Huh. So we park a mile away. We walk in. He's like, okay, this is the street. Listen to me and listen to me close. You keep your eyes forward and you do not make eye contact with anybody.
Were you scared?
Dude.
Were you drunk
tell
or
me
sober?
No, I was dead sober.
Okay.
He didn't tell me what the mission was until I was in the car.
Oh, this is a local priest.
Dude,
Do we know his name?
Father Carlos. Okay. Unbelievable guy.
Father Carlos. You almost killed my buddy, man.
Dude, I was shaking like a dog shitting razor blades.
Jeez.
And it was awful. So I end up finding myself on the street walking down looking for this girl. We find her. So basically we're walking down the street. He turns me into this building.
And you're like, I'm dead.
No, I didn't think I was dead. But I was like, if I make the wrong step here, I'm in deep trouble. Turns me into this building, and I find myself walking up these stairs.
Dark room. Dark
building. It's
building.
an abandoned apartment building.
Dude.
And we start searching room by room.
Dude.
Are
you kidding me?
Dude. Yeah, not kidding. And
dude,
we find her. Sitting there. Sitting with a group of people.
What's she doing?
She was very down.
Is she a prostitute?
Well, not by choice.
She's forced into it.
And
you were saving her back from the pimp.
So we
so
got
you
her.
could have absolutely gotten capped.
To be on complete transparency, I don't know the gravity of the situation. It felt heavy.
Oh, man.
We take her back to her mom's house, lock her up, lock the doors, board off the door. That's it.
And that was the end of it.
Scary. But, okay.
I mean, that's a wild one, folks. I mean,
those are the kinds of things that you find yourself doing, though, like when you just kind of go for it. And like you got to trust, right? Like if that's a good thing.
But you're there. You're obviously a man of faith. Like
I'm there to serve.
You have him on your side.
In my mind, the Lord's going to take care of me.
He'll take care of you.
I'm not an idiot. It's not like I'm going to jump off,
and then he'll take care of me.
I'm going to jump off the building. The Lord's going to take care of me. I'm not an idiot. But it's like I have reasonable.
So I think I want you to follow that one up with another one. That was great.
Puerto Rico shooting.
Okay, we have to get there, folks. The Puerto Rican. I hope because the last one. The Colombian story, crazy as shit. I mean, we've all seen Narcos. We've all,
dude.
We've been there via Netflix. This motherfucker saved a girl forced into prostitution from an abandoned building from a pimp. That's a legend, okay? And I know I have a lot of guests, but that's a hard story to top. Just because I love the Colombian women in general a lot. On the side, but anyway.
All right.
Awesome story. Next one, Puerto Rican shooting.
So Puerto Rico.
Well, this is your number one story, like best, craziest story, or
it's my favorite story.
Where does the Colombian one rank on all your stories?
That's the heaviest story.
Heaviest, okay.
It's up there.
Glad we hit that one. Okay.
No, it's up there. There's also in Colombia. I'm not going to go into the details of the story, but basically, I was at a retirement home and speaking broken Spanish, and they're like, this guy goes, "Oh, I need to use the bathroom," and I was like, "Okay, I'll go with you."
Yeah.
Walk him to the bathroom. Walk him in the door. He's like. Looking around, I'm like, dude, just use the bathroom. You're fine.
Yeah.
Dude, he starts like staring around, like feeling around. Doesn't know.
Oh,
I'm
he's
like
blind.
I was like, holy shit, he's blind.
So you have to wipe his ass.
No, he's not handicapped. He's not like quadriplegic.
Oh, okay.
Idiot. He doesn't know where the toilet is.
Oh.
So I'd like walk his whole hand to the toilet. It was the most confusing moment of my life.
God.
It took like 10 minutes. It took me 10 minutes to figure out he was blind. Anyway.
Get me to Puerto Rico.
Okay, so
right
Puerto
now.
Rico hurricane hits, right? Big one.
Yeah.
Wipes Puerto Rico off the map, really. I go to Puerto Rico less than a year after that. So it's still fresh. I mean, we land and we see billboards tipped over, roofs off of buildings. More than half the island doesn't have power. We have a 6-hour bus ride to get to the village we're staying in.
Yeah.
And bus breaks down. I see a restaurant, what I thought was a restaurant, and I was like, I need to get water for everyone on the bus. There's no air conditioning. It's summer. It's hot. Yeah. So I go to the restaurant, end up finding myself in a cockfighting arena.
Wow, folks.
A Puerto Rican cockfighting arena.
Did you bet on a?
I did.
Did it win?
No, it didn't.
It got killed.
It got killed.
And how much did you lose?
$20.
20 US?
Pesos.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
It was a small investment.
Folks, don't get me to a cockfighting.
No. And also never go. Never go. This is shocking. I didn't know, dude.
So could I enter an animal into the fight? Could you and I say we want to enter this fuck in the fight?
I mean, not really.
Okay.
I think you have to know the people, and I think you have to have the special.
Okay. So
back
to the cockfight.
Yeah. So, anyways, there's nothing much to say.
This is what I'm talking about.
I find myself in this arena. People are flailing money around, like screaming.
Yeah.
Andale, andale. You know what I mean? Vamos, vamos. And I'm like, where am I? And all of a sudden, the cocks come out and they start fighting. And dude,
to the death.
What they do is they take their claws and they nip at each other's throats. And dude, so these white birds just are blood red at the end of it. It's vile, and it's.
Are there any women there, or just dudes?
Mostly dudes.
Yeah.
Maybe the one-off girl. And I'm not a PETA fanatic. You know, I'm not animals I think that as a society, we value animals too much, personally.
Yeah.
But.
We love dogs the best, but I mean, dogs and cats.
Dogs the best.
And the rest, whatever. We'll eat the rest.
Exactly.
Basically.
Anyways, it was sad, dude. It was horrible. I hated it. Get on the bus, get to this village. We're driving through the village, and the local guy's like, okay, you guys need to be careful because ever since the hurricane hit, crime has really risen. Looting, just gang crime in general. The gangs have really overran the streets.
Dude, I can't believe you're still like kicking right now. I mean,
dude, it was.
I mean, geez.
Been to some places, but overall, like,
we haven't got to the shooting yet.
No, obviously, you would know.
Wow.
So we get to the hotel we're staying in.
Hey, can the editor, aka me, cue some shooting effects right now? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's get to it.
Okay. So we get to the hotel we're staying in, and this is in a rickety part of Puerto Rico. It's really beaten up at this point. Literally across the street, the house is decimated. And this hotel was a former convent for nuns, Puerto Rican nuns, very small. So it's a very small hotel. Like I'm ducking through doorways. I'm 6 foot, 6'1" with shoes. And I have to share a room with my best friend, best man at my wedding. Shout out to Garrett Bernardo.
I'm gonna meet him.
You'll meet him.
Garrett, if you're listening, we're gonna booze.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
Shotgun, Garrett.
Cream of the crop. Shout out to Novice Clothing Company. Amazing company.
There you go.
So we're supposed to share a room. Garrett's 6'3". Okay, I'm 6 foot. 200 pounds. He's 200 pounds.
I think I gotta come back to the liquor for this. If there's about to be a shooting, the white call's gotta go. We're going back to the liquor, folks. Okay, shooting, go.
So, I mean, now that we know it's a shooting coming, it's not, as the story doesn't carry the gravity. But here's how it goes. Garrett and I find our room, and it's a former nun's room. Right, very little. Bathroom's tiny. Shower head's barely hitting my belly button. And the bed is smaller than a twin bed.
Jeez.
And it's concrete ground. You're not sleeping on the floor.
Yeah.
So Garrett and I, 2 fully grown big dogs, have to share a bed. Like, it would be uncomfortable for you and I to share this bed. And he's way bigger than me.
You shared a bed that's about this wide?
So, like, if we both laid completely on our side,
so you're spooning.
We kind of fit.
You're spooning in Puerto Rico.
You would have to, like...
You have to. You turn the other way. You don't spoon. You go
here's
the other way.
what we did.
Back to back.
Here's what we did. So I committed to having the wall side.
Okay.
And I said, I will sleep up against the wall. So I wedge myself against the wall. He's like, I'll take the edge side and I'll hang.
Okay, wow. I mean, that's the
So we each get basically half of our body on the thing. It's a super uncomfortable sleep. Well, basically, we're about 4 days into the trip by now, and we're getting familiar with the territory. We're meeting a bunch of the locals, kind of understanding.
And they know why you're there.
Yeah, of course, and they love us. We're running
They
camps.
have your back as well.
We're running sports camps. So,
Yeah.
the good ones, right? And so we're getting kind of an idea of what's going on there. And we recognize, like, yeah, there's some bad actors here.
Mm-hmm.
Driving by the baseball field, kind of just, like, eyeing us down. We're like, you just got to always be on alert.
And nobody's strapped.
In
right?
any foreign country,
Is anybody
be
strapped?
on alert. No.
Anybody have a gun in
No,
your
no. Of course not. No. Always be on alert. And so, me being the leader of the group, I'm on high alert always.
Mm-hmm.
So we get back to the room that night. It's been a long day, successful day, some great memories. But we get back to the room, we're gassed, and it's time for us to go to bed. And so I'm wedged up against the wall. But as I start sleeping, I can't really like actively be pushing myself against the wall. I sink down into the bed, and by the end, by the time we knock out, Garrett and I are basically sharing the bed, probably touching arms or something at this point, right? Okay, I'm a deep sleeper. When I'm out, I'm out. Like, you're not waking me up. I mean, dude, I fall asleep in 2 minutes. Dude, on planes, I fall asleep before the plane takes off, and I wake up when the wheels touch down. Every time.
Yeah.
I'm a deep sleeper.
So you went to bed one night in Puerto Rico. What city? Is there a city that you were in?
It's called Mayagüez.
Mayagüez.
Yeah.
Okay. Good area generally or not?
No. I mean, it's not nice.
Okay.
So we go to sleep, and I'm a deep sleeper. I'm, as Garrett would say, hitting REM at this point.
Hitting REM. I like that.
I'm hitting REM. I
gotta get some REMs tonight on the Whoop. Maybe some Maker's Mark will help.
Yeah, Garmin gets some good REMs too. Okay, so deep sleep. It takes a lot to wake me up. I wake up to Garrett. Jumps on top of me.
Wow. The shooting's obviously happening.
Well, just hang in. He jumps up. He jumps on top of me, and he wraps his arms around me, and he's saying, "Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!" And I wake up to this. Like, keep in mind, when you wake up, you're not thinking straight.
No.
You're like you're
in a fucking basically jail bed in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and so I wake up, and the first thing I hear is, "Holy shit, my best friend jumped on top of me and is covering me." And so I can hear the fear in his voice.
Like about to take a bullet for you.
Dude.
Technically.
Yeah. And so I'm like,
man.
"Oh no. What's going on?" And so I start to like come to this is all within a split second, right? But I start to like come to, and I hear bop, 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 bop.
Like, are they in the house or is it from a distance?
Will you just buckle in?
Are they in the house yet?
I'm telling you the story, bro.
I'm just fucking I'm nervous for you, man.
Bop, 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 bop. I know exactly what's happening. Keep in mind, 2 months. Sorry, wow, see a voice. 2 months before, my sister was in the Las Vegas shooting.
Wow.
Not long after that, there was the false shooting at USC. Remember that?
Was I there?
Yes, you were there. It was a false shooting. Someone had a gun, and I got all these texts. "Are you okay?" All that stuff. It wasn't actually shooting.
A guy died in my porch, so I'm used to shootings out there. But I'm not in Puerto Rico. That's okay.
Okay, so
sorry.
Basically,
I'll be quieter.
At this point, it's very real. And so, pop, 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 pop. Garrett's on top of me. Holy shit, covering me. And so he's really looking out for me at this point. He's like, I'm gonna save you, bro. And so, in the state that we're in, obviously, like the one thing that matters more than life itself is eternity, right? If we aren't all human, if there is a soul inside of us, which there is, then it has to go somewhere, which is eternity.
Like transfer of energy type deal. If you want to be, I look at it scientifically. Energy has to be transferred somewhere. It doesn't just go nowhere. The soul, aka.
I'd be interested to hear more about that.
Okay.
So I start praying, Hail Mary, ripping Hail Marys.
Hail Mary, art in heaven, thou be the name. Thy kingdom come, thy shall be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Our Father, but yeah,
our Father.
Yeah,
it's the Maker's.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord's with thee. Blessed art thou among women. Yeah.
What was I saying? A different
one.
Said
Our Father.
Okay, Our Father.
Yeah, but you had it though. So I wrap my arms around Garrett. I start praying Hail Marys. We're hugging each other. Bop, bop, bop,
you think it's done? Actually.
100% in my mind, I'm dying.
You said I'm done.
I'm dying with my best friend. And, dude, the crazy thing was...
you thought, I'm going.
I'm dead.
How far away were these gunshots?
So, it sounded like right outside my window.
And where you were staying was no security?
Awful part of town, no security.
Oh, my.
Very dangerous. You're not allowed to leave the hotel after dark. So, I'm dead. In my mind, I'm dead at this point.
You're just getting ready.
I'm getting ready. But like the weird thing was, dude, and I attest this to the Lord, I was super at peace. I was like, I'm dying right now, but like, it's okay. I'm like, I'm doing good things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm giving my life to God, and I'm with good people, and we're gonna die together, and it sucks, but like I'm okay.
Like it sucks bad. Like,
Sucks, but it's a weird thing, dude. Coming to
so
like
when you went on the trip, did you in your back of mind were you like if shit happens? Because I know we had my buddy Nick on the first episode. He was like I feel like when he went on like a motorcycle trip, he was very depressed. I think he was like he was okay with death at that point. When you went on the trip, did you know that obviously when you're going through Colombia and Puerto Rico that maybe something could happen? And were you at peace if something would happen on the trip?
Yes, and I believe
so you already were ready. You were already prepped if tragically that were to happen.
I believe that you should live your life every day to where if you die right now, it's okay. I mean, you know, it's biblical, right? Like keep your lamps trimmed because you never know when the Lord's coming back. Right?
Okay, so we haven't got to the back to the shooting.
So I'm at peace.
Yeah.
And I just like tell Garrett, I love you, bro. Like I love you. Like I'm looking my best friend in the face, like we're gonna die together. And
heavy moment.
Yeah. And then I realized at this point neither of us are shot, and so I was like, dude, we can survive.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's the safest thing to do? I peek my head up.
What's the time that went by? Is it 10 seconds of shots? 20?
20.
20
because we prayed
after
I prayed
another.
Like 3 Hail Marys.
So you're praying during like constant shots.
Yes, I'm praying out loud.
And you're not there with just you guys. There's other people as well.
Yeah.
Who are on
a
your
group
floor
of like 20 of us.
Or on the bottom. Are you on a second level?
So that's part of it. We're on the second level.
And were there other people on the first?
No.
You're all on the second.
Yes. Okay. And so or the third.
Okay.
So
and they're not in the building, you don't think, but you never know if they're coming in.
Don't know anything.
Okay.
So I start scavenging the room. I'm like, okay, dude, we gotta survive. And I see the window. I'm like, get behind the window. So I was like, Garrett, go. Like, get under the window. Like, run, dive under the window. And I'm gonna start creating this plan in my head, saying I love you. Like, if we don't make it out, like, you know, you're the man. Like, I love you.
Do you know
like,
the gunshots are going out of that window, or?
So I'm prepping myself for death. Gunshots going off, and sure. Bop, 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 bop. And I'm just like, I can't believe, like, in my head, I'm like, I cannot believe this is happening. Wow. And then you hear pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop.
Out of ammo. Out of ammo. Are they out of ammo?
No. So I go.
Well,
Garrett?
What is that? What is that sound effect?
I'm telling you, bro.
No, but I don't know. Was that?
I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
I'm on the edge of my seat, so I apologize.
I go, Garrett. What day is it? What do you mean? What day is it, Garrett? December 31st? Is it New Year's Eve?
Oh no.
Is it New Year's Eve?
Oh my.
It's New Year's Eve?
Oh my.
It's New Year's Eve? And so I'm like, at this point he's still on top of me. I'm like, get off of me.
Dude.
I throw him off. I'm like, are you kidding me, bro? Dude. Fireworks, bro. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
but keep in mind, this is not my fault. I am a deep sleeper, wouldn't have woken me up. Not even a chance. And this dude wakes me up.
You didn't know that it was you didn't know personally it was New Year's?
I knew. But when I wake up in the middle of the night to holy shit, bop, 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 I love you, bro. And
oh man.
I was
so
dead.
glad that
I was dead.
I never heard the story. I didn't see that one coming at all.
Yeah. No.
I thought there was gangs out front coming off the Colombian story.
Give us your money.
I mean, I don't.
Well, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, the next morning we go out for breakfast. We're like, so did anyone hear those fireworks? Everyone's like, nah. And we're just like, oh my gosh.
I
but
mean,
okay, and then
wow.
like this is just like this doesn't really matter. But we end up talking to the priest, telling the priest the story. He's like, no, like people for fireworks shoot off guns.
Yeah. So it might have been guns.
There was guns, but like it wasn't shot at us. So, anyways,
that's a crazy story. That should have been the first one on the show. Like you're right when you're in. Don't delete the YouTuber podcast. Hear that story, you won't. I might have to move that up, but probably not.
Yeah, cut it.
You should let it get it
Cut
flow. But that was a great one. I mean,
dude. So one of my favorite.
I think we have room for one or two more.
Yeah.
And then we gotta wrap it up. You and I could talk all night. The Maker's Mark would be done.
Well, I wanna see if you got any questions, bro. You got any questions for me?
I think we do a hot seat. You pick.
It's gotta be this one. What would I like to see happen in my lifetime?
These are going good tonight. The hot seat.
What would I like to see happen in my lifetime?
It's a heavy one.
I'm not gonna keep it. I'm not gonna go personal because
I would say I like to see like a cure for cancer.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah. That would be mine.
I was thinking. I was going along the sports realm.
And then I also want to see. I'd kind of like to see humans go like in space.
Yeah.
As a second one.
Yeah. You know what I would like to see? I would like to see Mike Trout win a World Series.
Okay, there you go.
The guy deserves it.
I agree.
And I would like to see a 72 on my scorecard.
Those are both legendary answers. We love them.
I would love to see
Good
a
job.
72.
All right. So I think we got room for touch on a couple more. I don't have any questions yet, but do you have? It's hard to top it to you just told like the view.
It's not necessarily about stories.
I love the story. Do you have anything else anything? Okay, I guess my question to you: do you have like first question. Do you have any other interesting, wild, in foreign countries that you think you want to share real quick or no? Or
nothing off the top of my head.
Okay, cool. So let's. I think we're good. Those are great stories, man. I mean, I enjoyed them. I know our listeners and viewers enjoyed them. I think I don't have any questions off the top of my head, but I will say something too. Like for all like the listeners out there, I know we talked about like the faith and stuff, and obviously Joe's very religious. I'm not so much religious, but one of the conversations that Joe and I had back in the day, a couple years ago, I'll never forget it. He's like, Mike, hear me out here. I know you don't really believe, as I do. I believe in something after this. I just don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. I'm searching for answers still, which is fine.
Yeah.
And Joe's like, look, it's either A, you believe and there is something after this, because obviously on the podcast I said my biggest fear is death. So
yeah.
Either you believe that there is something after and you buy in like you are and you believe and you're right, then you're good. Then you have eternity, right?
Yeah.
If you don't, and there is, if you do and there is, you're good. If you don't believe and there is something after, I would say you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But if you do believe and there isn't, then you're right.
No harm, no foul.
But then you're then if there really isn't, then you're just done.
Who cares? Then you lived a good life.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I never forgot that.
Pascal's wager.
And you're absolutely right on that. So
no, that's a good
way to put it.
Yeah. So
but for me, it's like we got 10 minutes, and I think we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
Like I said, we could talk all night, but
I wanna ask you.
Sure.
What scares you about death?
What scares me is that you just shut your eyes and then it's just nothing.
Maybe.
I mean, yeah, that's frightening then. So I know like people are like this. Then if that's a possibility in your mind, then you have to use that as motivation to make the most of it every day.
Have to.
Like
you could die tonight.
There hopefully is someone after this, but there is, but you have to live every day like it's your last in general.
Yeah.
Religion aside, put your
absolutely.
Maximize every day.
Yeah.
Right? That's why let's say that when you're done, you're done. Every day you're just losing seconds. Work hard every day, love your family, be a good friend, husband, everything, and grind, have fun, and make the most of every day.
Yeah.
That's my mindset. That's how I live. So
and I would say give of yourself.
Yeah.
No matter what you chase in life, if you're chasing it for yourself, you'll never have enough. Right? Money. Mm-hmm. After your first $1 million, you want $2 million.
Yeah. 5,
after $2 million, you want 10. Right? Eventually, you want $1 billion.
Somebody with 10 can do what somebody with 20 can.
Yeah, and you're always gonna want more money.
Yeah.
So money can't be the end, right? Power. You've seen what power does.
Yeah.
You couldn't pay me enough money to be the president of the United States.
It's crazy, John.
I wouldn't. You couldn't pay me enough.
They're about to drop some UFOs soon in the next couple weeks.
That's gonna be lit, right? So money, power, women. There's always gonna be the next woman, right? Like you can't base your life and your worth on that. So you have to give of yourself.
There's always women, folks.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like there's always.
But find a good one. Like, you found yours.
Yeah, great.
Great.
Best
A great
of the
one.
best. Yeah, best of the best.
So
that's some good advice right there too.
real quick,
settle
how
down.
did you, just for our viewers out there who obviously aren't engaged,
Yeah.
about to get married,
Mm.
how did you know that it was the one? It's a fair question that I can ask.
Great question. You have to take a look at your life, see what your desires are, what your ultimate goals are, and then find the person that is going to push you towards that.
Mm-hmm.
My desire is heaven,
Mm-hmm.
as I think everyone's should be. Like,
Yeah.
okay, here's the thing, and I'm not gonna get up on my freaking pulpit here, but
Yeah.
if heaven is real, then hell is real.
But we're
and-
going to party up there.
well, that, but also if heaven is real, then hell is real, and you really don't
wanna
want to be there.
No.
You really don't want to be there, right? Like, just in theory, if it's real.
Yeah.
So
There's got to be, again, there is something else. There's got to be. Especially when this alien
Absolutely.
shit breaks out. Oh, man. I can't wait.
it's a whole nother pod.
But, like, I mean, whole nother pod on the alien shit. But, like, I mean, if you ever smoke a J and you go on YouTube and look at, like, the solar system, how small we are,
Dude.
there's something else, man. There is something else out there.
Dude,
Smoke a bowl.
The
rip a joint.
cosmological constant, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if
I'm on the record here, mic'd up. I believe their aliens are real. I mean, I believe that unidentified
Out there.
UFOs are aliens for sure.
I believe
Anyway.
I believe something's out there. I don't know what it is,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, I don't think it matters.
No,
I don't think it matters.
no. You just gotta live every day, believe what you believe, love your family, and that's
Yeah,
it.
the law of the gift, right? To the extent that you give of yourself, you will be fulfilled.
Yeah.
So give, serve. I'm no better than anybody. Like, it's tough. It's tough because, like, out of like all of our friends here, I'm like the one who like went out of my way to like really pursue my
Yeah,
faith,
and that's amazing.
and it is amazing.
He's a legend, bro. Like,
But a lot of people give me like the look of like, I can't do that.
Mhm.
That's Joe's thing, and
Yeah.
it sucks because like it's not my place to say no. It's not like step up, do something. But like,
Yeah.
just as an encouragement, like, get out of your comfort zone and give of yourself because that matters. It really,
See,
really
I
matters.
agree. Get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Anywhere, take that job that you're scared of. Go on that Hinge date, which I'm too fucking scared to do still. I mean, that whole shit is, you just meet somebody on an app and you just, it's a bit, I would say you got to take a lot of shots before and just show up. Or what? Have you been on a Hinge date?
No, never.
I mean, geez.
Never.
I hear like that's a new way. I mean, I'm a single guy. Are you really going to meet that chick at the bar? I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Right?
My-
Are you?
Yeah, yes.
I- you-
buddy met his fiance at the bar.
A local bar? Or?
I'm not.
Okay.
He lives in New York.
I mean, yeah, I think that would be my ideal way to meet my future wife or girlfriend, at least at a bar. But you just get too blacked out or get too sent.
Temper yourself,
You gotta, yeah.
dude. Moderation in all things.
I agree. I mean,
important.
dude, I think you're a legend for doing what you did and serving and putting that time in. I mean, it was like you changed so many people's lives, across the world, which is so cool. And I'm jealous because I haven't really done that, and I think it's awesome. And I enjoyed hearing all your stories, and I love you. I always respected you.
Thanks,
I mean,
man.
all the way through, and on like the whole thing of the show. I mean, it was cool to see where we started and then now. And like
Exactly.
he's getting married in August,
Yep.
Oklahoma. I'll be there. I was very happy to be invited.
Moving to Oklahoma.
Who knows? Maybe we do a live episode from the fucking.
That would be awesome.
I mean, a live. Should we get Garrett on here? Should we get him on?
He'd be a great guest.
Should we get him on live from
He's
Oklahoma?
Brilliant. He's brilliant.
Jeez.
He's very accomplished. Started his own business.
We might have to do. We
went
might
from
have.
his
I think
basement.
Mudflap in Oklahoma live.
You're gonna need to get him at a good time because he
Mudflap or
might be
Garrett?
messy.
Mudflap.
Mudflap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mudflap.
he might be messy.
We'll stay tuned, but
Here's what I'll say, and this is.
I think
this can be our last thing.
closing statements.
Yeah, closing statements.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna come here and ask about let's talk about the stories two back to back. I don't know in the future if somebody will be able to go back to back like that. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, those are good.
Yeah.
You're safe. Good.
Dude,
Not,
well, when you get out of your comfort zone, those
yeah,
things
and
happen.
you did.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
And this is just an encouragement to even myself.
Yeah.
But like, you see the path that this took. We're going from girls doing acid in my hotel
Yeah, I
room
know.
dancing around in my uniforms, all this stuff, right? To then like going on mission trips and becoming a full-time Catholic missionary.
Crazy.
There's a big swing there, right?
Yeah, there is.
But that goes to show the path of life, dude, and that
you don't know what's next.
You don't know what's next, but also like look what happens. Like there's never a point to where you're past the point of no return. I'm not like saying like repent and go to hell. That's not what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
But what I am doing is like saying like I have found a place where it's the best. It is the best way to live your life, and like giving of yourself and serving and allowing yourself to be transformed. Dude, I had to be humbled, man.
Yeah.
Like I had to face my stuff. Like I treated women horribly in the past, you know?
I wouldn't say that.
No, I have. I'm telling you
say that.
No, I'm telling you I have. Right? There are things that I have to like face up to and then like
what do you mean
grow
horribly?
from.
Like you're
Like just completely mistreat
ghosting?
them. No, like if
I don't want our viewers to be there.
no.
Joe was like, come on, you're not horribly.
No. If I could
That's
go,
a wrong word to use.
If I could go, okay, I guess in that term, yes. If I could go
Sorry,
back,
maybe didn't give girls like the respect they deserve.
No, if I could go back and not kiss any girl I've kissed before
your current fiance,
I would.
You're in.
I would take them all back.
Wow.
If I like, dude, and
so that's how you know you found the one,
dude. And it's like, it's crazy because like they always preach like save sex till marriage. They always preach that, and I always I did.
You did.
Yeah. And I mean I will have
So you will have
Yeah, and so has my fiance, which is like
that's cool.
It's amazing. Like it's just
what a crazy honeymoon. It's
like,
oh man.
And this is not to like be like weird about it, but like to say like
I think that's awesome. By the way,
to be able to look at her.
Awesome.
No,
that's awesome.
To be able to look at her and to say, and I'm not trying to be Mr. Freaking.
I think that's awesome.
Hotty toddy, whatever. To be able to look at her and say, I waited for you.
Yeah, that's epic.
It's just an unreal feeling.
It's
and
epic.
I would give anything like. Yeah, I wish I could give her my first kiss. You know what I mean?
And that's a sweet.
When you meet
to
the one dude, you'll do anything for her, and you'll wish you would have done more for her before.
I could not think of a more appropriate way to end this than that. I mean, that's for you fellows and ladies listening. Keep on.
Just go all in, dude.
Just go all in. Go on that hinge date, me included. Don't get too fucked with the bar.
Nah.
And maybe you'll meet the one
Set
day.
a drink limit. I was a 3 to 4 drink limit.
Yeah, I mean, set,
You get the buzz, and then you're
get
social
the buzz,
butterfly,
be able to talk
to
either guys or girls, whichever, and, if you're blacked out, you just fucking spent a lot of money, and
you don't remember it.
You don't remember it. So
it's bad news.
I pray that one day I will find a girl that'll make me do what you just said and want to take back every kiss and well, probably not. I'm probably
that was straight gushy, by the way. I didn't mean it to be. I didn't mean
it
to be
I'll tell you what.
Like,
I'm not taking back any of the kisses. I don't. No,
dude. I was the same way.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
She wouldn't say I wish you didn't kiss anybody. But like deep down, like
but
that's just honest.
You want to. You're like
that's just honest.
I wish
like,
I just met you a long time ago.
I wish.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So
I think we rip one more shot of Makers.
Yeah, I got a shot left.
We cap this off. I think it was an awesome episode. I loved having you. We're just crazy. We had a little script here. I mean, Joe put together
like 5 things,
3 bullets, and we hit, but we went off so many other ways, which this episode ended up a lot better than it was. I think this might be, looking back. I walked into Ryan's studio here in Orange, and I didn't know what to expect. We set up. He had beautiful lights. We have beautiful. Look at this light here, folks. It's a beautiful.
The ambiance is real.
Look at this. We walk in here and we get a light, folks. I mean, it was. It's a full studio, and let's give a shot, Joe. I love you. Can't wait for the wedding.
Yeah. Cheers.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And I had a blast. Thank God we didn't kill it. And folks, if you're listening at home, we love having you on. Looking forward to many more. Maybe we do a live one from Oklahoma. But very great episode. Let's do a shot real quick.
Cheers. Thanks for having me.
So man. I'm such a puss, folks. I went through 2 bottles of Mexican Coke as chaser because I just don't like whiskey. So I don't know. Cheers.
Cheers, man. Hey, thanks for having me on the pod. It's been a pleasure.
Wow. All right, folks. That's a wrap. Mic'd up episode number, who knows? We're number 2 or 3 or 4. It's all good. I'm kidding. Thank you for tuning in. Joe was a legendary guest, one of my best friends. And let's cut that shit. Go Lakers. Glad to see Joe safe from Colombia. That story had me shook. Okay? I might go home and watch Narcos.
You should watch Narcos.
I mean, I'll just get me back there.
Picture me in there.
All right, let's wrap. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for tuning in to the Mic'd Up Podcast. Be sure to tune in again for the next episode on Apple Music, Spotify, or YouTube. See you next time. Bye-bye.